Good morning, Nathaniel Rateliff. S.O.B. is the name of that song. Give me a drink. I don't think Jimmy approves of that. I apologize, Jim.
It's not bad.
Ahead of time.
It's kind of, it's almost like something you'd see in a movie about Black Redemption from the 20s.
Yes. Yeah. It has an old-timey feel to it.
Yeah.
But it's a brand new song. I discovered that off a little channel called The Spectrum here on Sirius Satellite Radio. And,
it's very appropriate since you're on it.
and we're off and running. And we're off.
No, my face was just I'm reading this Daily News article.
Which one? There's so much going on. Oh, my God.
Good God.
Good God almighty. I discovered The Spectrum finally. And Eric, you like that one, right?
Yeah, I do. It's really good.
Every once in a while, I'll hear a song on there and I'll stop, but I didn't realize it's a pretty damn good channel if you just leave it the fuck on.
Right, because then they'll go back and they'll play Elvis Costello. They'll play.
You had to say Elvis Costello.
You're not selling the channel.
I like
no
that
one
kind
sells
of stuff.
No one sells music by saying Elvis Costello.
I enjoy Elvis Costello.
I hate Elvis Costello. You picked the one band I never got into.
They play Coldplay.
All right, a little bit, little Coldplay.
Mumford and Sons.
You're not a fan of Mumford & Sons, Jim Norton?
No, not really.
Jim Norton?
No, not particularly.
No?
No. But my taste is narrower.
They had some Bob Marley on yesterday. How about you go with some Bob Marley?
Nice.
Blues Traveler?
Yeah, I can handle some Blues Traveler. And you got that Christine Stone, who has a wonderful rock voice. Love the Christine Stone.
I don't know her.
I think she's a fan of this very show, by the way.
Is she really?
And I'm a fan of her introing records. That's all they allow her to do, though. I think she could do more if they let her, but she's got a great rock voice. Anyway, there you have it. How was your weekend, Jim Norton? I know you were up there at Levity Live.
It was great. I mean, it was really good. Much better than I expected. I expected it to be kind of a disaster.
Why?
We went on sale late. It was like a last-minute add-in, and it's the middle of the summer, which is the worst time to be working in comedy.
Yeah, because everybody just wants to be near some kind of water.
Oh, they want to be outside.
Even if it's a sprinkler.
Sure,
They just want to be outside near water.
Nobody's saying, how about a dose of negativity? I know what we could do.
In a dark comedy club.
Yeah, but it was great. It was really
that comedy
good.
club's awesome.
It's very nice. The crowds were there, and they were very receptive to my banal musings on Caitlyn Jenner and Hulk Hogan. Thank God for the Hulkster. Was that delightful?
You went out off script?
With 2 pages of stuff. No, I just walked out with it. How do you not?
No, that's what I mean.
So happy.
That Hulk Hogan thing is...
Oh, fuck.
I guess another person getting in trouble for saying some naughty things.
Yeah. But his were kind of... it was 2006, I think he said this stuff.
Supposedly, yeah, it's like 8 years old. I don't know, man. I think we all say shitty things.
Yeah, I think he's worried about his daughter. It's like when your daughter is doing something, and then you say some stupid shit around it. It's almost understandable. It's not like he was saying it because he was watching a movie about. It was like he watched Jungle Fever and then said this stuff in the parking lot.
Yeah,
but it was still kind of, it was a little rough.
And it's more of those private conversations that are being recorded, and this is basically the world we live in. You got to be careful now. You got to think that people are recording you all the time.
Well, this is private conversation. This is from the Gawker lawsuit,
right?
This is not Heather, but if Heather, I don't know who taped him, was it Heather or Bubba or whoever it was, but this has really ruined Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, I don't think Bubba's a good friend, huh?
I don't know.
That Bubba the Love Sponge is not a good friend.
No, I don't know what the deposition. They deposed him, right?
Was he officially secretly recording his pal at the time, Hulk Hogan?
I don't know.
As Hulk was having sex with his wife. So I guess Bubba the Love Sponge has some kind of understanding with his now ex-wife at the time.
Wait, but was he? Yeah, but was Bubba actually recording it, or was it his wife and he didn't know?
The story is it was Bubba.
Yeah, that's what I've heard over the years. Bubba. But I'm not that close to the situation.
Yeah,
but that's sort of what I've heard.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you do that? Hulk Hogan refers to effing... Whoa, okay. Wow, that's a hell of a... Whoa, okay.
Hulk Hogan refers to fucking niggers in leaked transcript. That's the Gawker headline.
Yeah, me and Jimmy are a little different there.
We're on satellite.
I'm just like, wow.
Yeah.
I've said it. I think you should be able to say the word. When I see it like that, I'm like, whoa, okay. It takes me back a little bit. Yeah.
I like that Gawker just kind of said it plain. I mean, but here's the thing, though. Did they leak it? And now that it's on their site, of course, and they happen to be involved in a lawsuit, if it's found out that they leaked it, because there's no there's audio, there's only transcripts. Mm-hmm. So it's found out they leaked it. The judge could and he won't, but he could order just give Hogan a default win, which means they'd have to fight an appeal, which would really fucking hurt them, or he could sanction them if it's proven that they leaked that stuff.
Well, I mean, Gawker's in deep shit, so now they're just trying to hurt Hulk as much as possible. That's why they're making sure they have it on their site.
Make sure, and it seems like they're trying to get him a hard to find a good jury too, because he's not settling.
Yeah,
I guess they offered to settle, and he said no.
E-Rock was telling me there's a few other sites involved now that grabbed this transcript that was sealed and made it public.
Well, but where it comes from originally.
It came out on the Inquirer. This story broke on the Inquirer.
Oh, is that where it came
out?
But did they get it?
It was a joint investigation between the Inquirer.
Fucking getting high, right?
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah! Let's get that Bob Marley on.
We got a joint investigation between...
You sure?
Yeah.
Between the National Enquirer and Radar.
This is what I guess the tabloids I understand, because that's what the Inquirer does. But the joint investigation. All right, let's pool all our resources to see if that guy said nigger 9 years ago. Wow, really cracking the case, aren't you? Fucking idiots.
Of course.
Who cares?
Of course. Eric, what do you know on this?
Well, E-Rock says this all the time. Go ahead, E-Rock.
He's your hero,
I
so
know.
you must agree with what
Now we know why.
What he has to...
Yeah.
Well, on Friday, it was the National Enquirer saying that they did a joint thing with Radar Online to get this information, and they confirmed through 5 sources that they did not reveal that this was a transcript from more of the tape that was supposed to be sealed by the court and not revealed to the public, but they got it and did it anyway.
And the court didn't reveal it.
No, not at all.
But you think the court would do what they can to reveal, to find out who this comes from?
Yeah.
I wonder if they could order sources to be revealed.
I would
Probably
imagine.
now. I mean, this was on a Friday. The case was probably, closed for the weekend or something like that, so it's Monday now.
It might not have been Gawker. It might have been fucking, just some disgruntled person that worked in the courthouse.
Yeah,
Who knows?
they'll
Or it could be somebody who's seen the whole video already. I mean,
right.
Yeah, but
this
that
is
read like
coming
a
from-
transcript, though.
Yeah, but it's coming from from the same video.
Right.
So it's not necessary. I mean, other people have seen that entire video.
But this seems like someone is pushing pause and writing everything down, like, okay, making sure they got every word.
What was
Instead
put
of
up
maybe
online.
you had a chance to see it, a few years ago.
Right,
And
like
trying to remember exactly what was said in the video.
And that's why O'Reilly, if you remember Bill O'Reilly, remember when he settled or whatever, that just went away, and because it read like a transcript, and it read like audio, and I think when he saw how it read, he's like, that's a yeah. So that's how this reads.
I know.
Yeah, it reads like someone was just watching and pausing it.
Right.
Are you shocked by the Hulkamania, the Hulksters' blatant racism? E-Rock comment as a Hulk fan.
And do I get to move up in your hero list?
Exactly.
I think I'm past Hulk Hogan now,
Exactly.
right? Even though I did some shitty things to you back in the day, I think what Hulk did was worse, and I should be above him now. No.
No, that list is gone and burned.
Why? It's a good list.
What number was I back in the day? 3.
I don't know.
After Dad and Hulk,
You know, it was Dad.
Dad, Hulk, you, Scott, and I forgot who the 5th one
Scott
was.
Greenstein?
Shannon.
Scott Shannon. I'm above
Yeah.
Scott Shannon still,
You
right?
are, yeah.
Okay, good. And I think I got to be above Hulk. I have to be. You have to knock him way down in your hero list.
He went up in mine, so.
Yeah, I mean, the transcript for everything that he said, because it wasn't on the video that was revealed on Gawker with, the sex act and them talking. It seems to be before they actually were having sex, like they were having a whole conversation, and that's where this came up about his daughter abandoning him, I guess, and trying to go with somebody else who was trying to finance her career, and he was really resentful for that. The stories that are being passed around, I mean, again, it's all alleged, but it was one of his old producers got the tape while at Bubba's house and released it and sold it to Gawker.
Oh, is that who did it?
Yeah.
Oh, it wasn't.
I don't want to say the
Bubba or
guy.
his
I don't
wife?
want to say the guy's name,
I don't
but
care is that who is responsible for all this?
that's the word of who it is. It's all alleged. The court case will reveal finally who they purchased the tape from and everything. But Bubba has said at some points it was this particular gentleman, but we don't know.
Here's why I don't think Gawker leaked what came out over the weekend.
Yeah.
Why?
Because if they had that originally, they would have posted about it. If they had that 3 years ago, Hulk Hogan saying all that stuff on video, they wouldn't have held it back.
That's a really good point. The only thing is it possible that the way they release stuff, do they release it piecemeal just to, like, now we got this, and now we got, like, just so they don't blow the whole
Not
load?
off the same tape.
No, not off the same tape. It would have been sex tape / racist rant.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe it was this, this producer who's got the full video, and then he gets subpoenaed by the court, and then it gets leaked.
Right.
But I don't think Gawker leaked it because Gawker would have posted it already. They have no shame.
Right.
Probably right.
Yeah, they absolutely would have been on it.
Good point.
That's a very
Travis,
good point.
the voice. His name has got to be VOR. Voice of Reason.
Well,
I thought retard.
I thought you were nicknaming him
Retard's better.
Harvard.
Harvard?
Yeah, you came up with that.
Oh,
last
yeah, because
week.
you guys think you're so smart. Yeah, because you read the story. Yeah. But that's actually a what?
I'm a real scholar.
You are. Nerd.
There's a lot of lawsuits now that are going to continue to happen because you have the Gawker case, then you have whatever case he's going to have against Bubba for the tape, and then whoever actually released the tape. Now, National Enquirer and Radar Online for releasing it. And they said in their article that these were sealed transcripts from the court case that weren't supposed to be revealed, but they got it from 5 different sources, and they revealed it.
So they felt confident enough that they were, would be safe if they put it up on their sites.
I don't know how, if they're saying this was not supposed to be revealed from the court case.
I understand that, but they wouldn't just take that shot unless they felt comfortable that they could get away with it.
Yeah.
Or there's enough people to blame so that you wouldn't really come after them to do it.
Yeah, there has to see what the legal ramifications are.
The Lego?
Lego.
The Lego.
Ramifications.
Oh, nice.
There will be some.
WWE fires Hogan immediately and took all his references off?
Yeah, he's off the network. He's off the website. You can't buy his merchandise. The merchandise that's already in stores, they're trying to pull. People were posting. Walmart put a lot of the Hulk Hogan stuff on the clearance aisle already, which I don't think they're supposed to do that. I think they're supposed to just take them off the shelves. But, everything is being scrubbed down, as they say.
Sure.
And then people are pointing a finger at Vince McMahon because, that video online where he says the N-word.
To John Cena, yeah.
As part of a storyline. And then other people are trying to show all the other times that the WWE kind of went racist with their storylines or their wrestlers in general.
Well, the one clip that keeps coming up is when Booker T said it about Hulk Hogan, but that was WCW, even though WWE owns the rights to all the tapes now. Back then was the Attitude Era for both companies, so anything pretty much went at that time, whether they were supposed to do it or not. But now everything's so kid-friendly PG. They're just doing it to, I guess, to protect themselves. But when they did it, their stock dropped.
What?
Because it was revealed that they're losing $50 million.
Oh, yeah. I saw that in Forbes.
Scrubbing everything from Hulk Hogan.
Supposedly the stock lost $50 million over this move.
Right. And
over the fact that they knew that Hulk said this.
Right.
So then
it would bring in $50 million, and the stock dropped a few percent on that thing because they released Hulk Hogan.
Oh. I wonder if he'll come,
Wait, it was because they released Hulk Hogan or because of what he said?
It was because they released Hulk Hogan and found out that they're losing $50 million by scrubbing everything Hulk Hogan.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. That's a little bit of a hasty... I guess it was because if you read the actual transcript, he said it wasn't like he just said it once or twice.
I am a racist.
Yeah, he goes, I guess I'm a racist, but then he would follow it up with fucking niggers. So that's kind of a rough way to...
doesn't sound
That's
good.
a rough exclamation point to put on it.
I am a racist.
To react that quickly, you don't even know if that's true, even though they're saying they confirmed this from sources and it's not released from the court.
I'll bet you he confirmed it to them.
Didn't he claim after this that he resigned Thursday night?
He said that after they said they were letting him go.
I would imagine there was a phone call from Vince directly to Hulk Hogan, and Vince basically saying, all right, what's the deal here? And then Hulk's like, oh, I was mad. And then Vince said, well, shit, we got to take care of this. I'm sorry. See you later.
He'll be back. He'll have to do the big mea culpa, the interview to explain himself. If that's the only case of it, is in that one recording.
Yeah.
Like if there's no other evidence that he said stuff like that, people, and the black people aren't going to probably harp on it. They're actually pretty normally pretty
Dennis Rodman
about, yeah, but
is defending him already.
Isn't there a report that there's another tape of him calling The Rock Sambo or something?
Is this the one that's linked to Who Kid?
No. This is a different tape where he's calling The Rock. I forget the name. But yeah, this might not be the only thing.
Oh, okay. All right.
And then there was a Who Kid angle.
It was Who Kid a while ago discussing the Booker T promo.
Right.
And Hogan was describing, the time and everything, and said the N-word in the conversation with Who Kid. So a lot of people were jumping the gun, not reading all the articles, saying, "Oh, this is why Hulk Hogan got fired."
Yeah.
But it wasn't that. But Who Kid got all this press for no reason other than
Didn't the LA Times do it or something like that? Somebody
big did it too. Yeah.
Well, good for the Who Kid.
Yeah, it was great for
right?
right.
They mentioned it because they're not doing their homework.
And the Vince stuff where he's said the word, and that's all.
Well, if you watch
That's
that
all
video,
for entertainment.
it is for
And
entertainment.
storylines.
But if you watch the video where he's trying to relate in a hip hop level to when John Cena was still doing his hip hop angle,
Right. Why don't we play that real fast for the people that haven't heard it? Most have.
watch after he says it as he's walking away with his, he's doing his, shucking and jiving kind of thing. He kind of does a quick look to the camera like, "Oh my God, I can't believe I said that."
What year was this?
2005?
So 10 years ago already. Yeah, it was backstage or whatever they call it.
It was a vignette for backstage.
A vignette for backstage. That's the other one. Oh yeah, here it is.
How you doing?
Yeah. What's good in the hood?
Just hold it down, trying to take care of business.
Keep it up, I'm a nigga.
Watch. See, he just did that look like,
I hope that works. And then he passes Booker T.
Tell me he didn't just say that.
and that's it.
Yeah, that's it. So,
Wow.
oh, you never seen that before?
No.
But I mean, it's
How much to help his wife's campaign?
I believe I believe this came out during that time.
2005,
is
yeah.
funny.
Yeah, where people were like, "Well, this is what Linda's husband does
I
on the
think it was her
job."
second run, too.
I think so. Yeah.
I get why you would do that as Vince, but that's so funny. Like to have to pitch that to Booker T.
Yeah.
All right, he's going to say my nigga, and we're going to pull back, and you will look as shocked as you do right now.
And Vince runs the company, and he's a billionaire.
Oh boy!
And then he decides this will be a good storyline back in 2005.
Yeah, right after he said it, and he's walking away, and you can see him do that far over the shoulder to look at the producer, like,
Well,
"Oh, I shouldn't have said that."
But people are trying to make the connection that Vince is a racist because he did this, and it's very, very different, don't you think?
But
Yeah.
the wrestling business has always been called racist for so many years, and Vince and every other promoter.
Well, I mean, some of the wrestlers, they had a bit of.
Well, some of them suck.
Racial
so
undertones.
when they're their run doesn't go that well, or if they're not marketable, they blame racism for the fact that they didn't do well in WCW or WWE.
Yeah.
Some may be legit, but you never know.
You're a very good and poignant statement there.
Bravo. What was the Brooke Hogan poem? I didn't read
Oh, my
that
God.
thing.
I didn't read it
Do you
either.
want to cry? Not only did I read it,
You read it.
I read it twice.
You read it twice.
It's
Oh,
amazing.
boy.
It's really long, but it's
That's
amazing.
you know what? Long.
What?
It's not long. It's just a bunch of beautiful short thoughts.
And she what? She
Where
put
is
this
it?
out to defend
in
her.
there.
Oh, here you go. Oh, come on. This is 2 pages.
Yeah, but it's really written. It's a wonderful poem. Because if you wonder, like, hey, can an adult ever sound like they're 3 years old? It's really, really good.
Who wants to read this?
Oh, my hand's already up in the
All
air.
right, who's good at poems?
I am. In high school,
Are you
I was
good at
voted
poems?
boy
Okay,
most
good.
likely to read a poem in front of a large group and succeed.
Good, we're in good hands. Jimmy's
Yes.
very good at reading poems.
very specific topic.
All right.
Okay. If you knew the dad I knew, you'd know his tender heart. He'd never want to hurt his fans or family from the start. If you knew my father, you would know how hard he fought, and the way it brought a smile to people light, medium, and dark. Oh. Yeah. We always fight a battle that people never see, and sometimes when you're hurting, you don't think logically. Human isn't perfect, and perfect is not he. But I can tell you one thing, it's just not what it seems. Well, it seems awful, so hold on, let me read that line again because there was a noise. This is such a line of beauty.
Sorry.
Human isn't perfect, and perfect is not he. But I can tell you one thing, it's just not what it seems. This is me in rehab when I was 17. My douchebag poem.
You would read this. You would write this type of thing.
I would write something just as drippy and awful. Because if you knew the dad I knew, you'd know he raised me well. He taught me, folks, there's so much more than shades could ever tell. And if you knew my father, you would know he's down to earth. He may have slammed the giant, but remembers life's true worth. If you knew my father, if you walked in his shoes, then you would know the microscope that comes with yellow boots.
I can't.
It's not even rhyming anymore.
No, he gave up on rhyming.
She gave up on shoes.
Yeah, she really did.
Boots are different than shoes.
Yeah, let me rephrase. If you knew my father, if you walked in his shoes, then you'd know it's not the blacks he hates, it's the fucking Jews.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Now I see.
If you knew my father, you would see your own in mine. And if he was your father, you could never find divide.
I don't get
Because
that.
me, I bet your father or someone that you love maybe regrets something they wish they'd never done. Yes, maybe like dump a load into a woman 20-something years ago. Give birth to this flop of a poet. So if you know my father, remember he's a man, and you would crave relief if people judged everything you did.
That's not even close.
Nah, it's not good.
No,
I also like the sound of you guys turning the page.
Oh, there's more.
yeah, unfortunately, there's more people.
The Lord says to forgive him. Don't be the one to stone. So please remember his strong arms when you all were done.
All alone?
Oh, I'm sorry. I read that. Boy, I need glasses. I thought it was done. The Lord says to forgive them. Don't be the one to stone. So please remember his strong arms when you are all alone. The lives he's changed, the friends he's made, the people he's inspired. It makes me sad to see my dad defeated and so tired. Sam I am, green eggs and ham. Oh, I hate to be blunt. I'm a stupid guy. If you knew my father, you would know just how he's hurting, for he loves every one of you, regardless of your story. What? Just because there's a dangling participle, is a why a dangling participle?
I don't know.
Jimmy.
Well, I looked to the genius in there,
Oh, my
and
God.
I'm disappointed that leaves his house at 3 a.m. Didn't know
I
that.
graduated high school in summer school. I don't know.
Yeah, but I dropped out, so you're the guy. You're my go-to guy for grammar. Let's see. And if you met my father, I know he'd give you love. He'd lift you up, apologize, and give you all a hug. For those who think you know my father, remember who you are. We all can make mistakes and carry ugly scars. Because I know my father, I can promise this. Just like you and I, things we don't mean can sometimes slip.
Yeah, he meant it. He meant it.
So remember, you black bastards, this can be, oh no, I made that. We all continue learning. Yeah. This life can be so rough. So if you know my father, please try not to be tough. My father has a daughter, and I have feelings too. And if I knew your father, I would do the same for you. Yes.
Thank you, Brooke Hogan.
The title of this poem, by the way, she did name it.
Yeah.
It's called, just in case you were wondering why my singing career failed. It's because I wrote stuff like this.
Well, remember, her father wrote Hulkster in Heaven.
You know, it's funny.
Yeah.
And to prepare in between shows this weekend, because I was quite enjoying this story, I was listening to Hulkster in Heaven.
Getting inspiration?
I'm kinder to it in hindsight.
Really?
Yeah, I listened to it again, and I'm like, yeah, it stinks, but it's the horns that upset me the most. And then I read the story, and and then it's like, yeah, it's a little kid who is dead. Maybe I'm just getting old. I'm 47 now.
Getting
But
a
the
little
kid,
emotional.
He looked out and he saw the seat was empty before he wrestled. That's the true story. There was a Make-A-Wish kid, and the kid fucking died before the match, and Hulk just looked out and saw the seat was empty, so it was like just kind of miserable.
So he tried to do the right thing.
Yeah, even though he didn't wrestle at Wembley until a while after.
Sure, it wasn't that the horns weren't real and they were synthetic?
What?
Because the horns are on the keyboard.
Are they? I'll tell you where I hate it. You know, I was Hulkamania from the start. That's just cheesy. I hate that those people in the background. I hope they're dead
The
as
gospel
well.
singers.
You don't like the gospel singers?
Yeah, you were my friend is kind of a sad
Probably
line.
a church choir.
You were my friend. It's like, oh, the little guy.
The poor little guy.
Poor little guy. Yeah, this is not good, but the horns make me enrageful.
Again.
Yeah. Yeah. Not good. Wait, will you hear it?
He was hoping this was going to be a huge hit.
Yeah.
It's a keyboard.
I hate that part. I hate that part.
I thought you were getting sensitive to this song.
I am.
I don't hear it today.
I hate I hate any reference to himself. I knew you were a Hulkamaniac right from the very start. Like, stop trying to rhyme start. That's why Brooke's poem annoys me. Because she rhymes from the very... If you knew the dad I knew, you'd know his tender heart. He'd never want to hurt his fans or family from the start.
Why wouldn't she just write something, and not in poem form?
Yeah. I still want to fuck her, but I just...
Really?
I hate to be more than I want to breathe. I'd hate to be her boyfriend at this time, though. You got to look at that and go, honey, it's good. It's good.
What do you think? You think she read it a few times before she tweeted it?
Yeah.
Or sent it out,
They put it on
whatever she did?
Facebook, yeah.
This is why they didn't let her write her own songs.
It probably is, dude. It's not, it's just a little...
I feel bad for the Hulk.
childlike.
And it's interesting, too, that she went through all of this because the racist rant is about him being pissed off at her for trying to maybe dealing with somebody else to fund her career, and that he might be that she might be I think he said fucking his black son.
Well, she's responsible for what happens.
Right.
So she's feeling a lot
That's
of guilt.
why he's on that little rant.
So she sat there and went, man, I got to
Yeah.
write a poem.
Yeah, I feel so bad about my dad. I hate to be the trigger.
Her heart is aching there, E-Rock. Yes. Oh, we all know the word is naggers.
Yes.
It was always naggers.
Oh, poor Hulk. But if there's other stuff, maybe the guy's a racist. I don't know. If he is and he got caught, it's like, that's just embarrassing. You can't pretend to be this great guy.
Everyone, I would say just about everyone says shitty things.
Yeah. What he said, though, the
just
transcript
do.
was a little rough. I don't want to
It's
see him in
rough.
trouble,
Of course it's rough. And of course, the world we live in, unfortunately, you understand why the WWE gets rid of them. I don't think they should, but you understand
I don't think
why.
they should either, but
they want to stop the bleeding.
unless they know there's other stuff that's going to be worse.
Yeah, if he's calling The Rock the N-word, it's not good.
Well, unless it's in the middle of a match. Then you get it. The guy's about to pin you. What are you supposed to say? You pull out the guns.
So that's a strategy there while you're
Well, you
wrestling.
just panic. You're fucking, you're
Look for
ring
reasons.
psychology. You got to get in their head.
Yeah, but if something like that, maybe there's more that he knows about that they know about.
Maybe. It's bad enough, though, don't you think?
It was a little harsh because it was like he was saying it seriously, like, yes, I'm a racist.
Right.
He would punctuate with fucking niggers. Like, he didn't just say it once, he was punctuate. So, whatever.
Yeah. All right. We'll see how that plays
still like
out.
the Hulk. I went and watched Rocky 3 again to get to be inspired for a couple of little jokey poos.
God, you really were all in with the Hulk stuff.
Oh
over the
my
weekend.
God! But I just watched his scene.
Yeah.
God damn it, he was amazing in that movie. That scene, watching that scene is it's like, yeah, it seems cheesy. It's fucking. It's the best wrestling scene I've ever seen.
His acting was good in that, huh?
It was great, and Stallone was great, and the idea that it's a charity thing and just beating the dog shit out of it was fucking awesome.
The worst part of the whole thing, though, is that they named him Thunder Lips. That's the lamest name for
it
an
is
intimidating guy.
but he has he's got the girls, and it's wrestling. It's 83.
It was perfect for the time.
Yeah. Thunderlips in the flesh, baby. Right. His arms around his big fucking chest. He looked great back then with the hat. Like, all right.
That's how you should come out for your next special.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
But I love that little cape.
Yes.
Yeah, Thunderclit. Yeah, that would be an awesome way for me to enter the stage, like Thunderlips.
By the way, your special is on the front page of Netflix.
Front page.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
I don't know if it is this week, but it was last week.
People were very, very kind in their comments to me, so it was very nice.
That's very nice of the people.
Thank you.
They could be nice.
Yes.
They could be nice when they want to be.
They can be, yes. I was very overwhelmingly happy with
That's
how
very
people
good
responded
news
to
that
it.
they're helping you out there.
So thank you,
Front
guys.
page of Netflix. That's no joke.
It helps.
Let's say hi to Kevin in Louisiana. Kevin, go ahead.
Thank you. Yeah, guys, I wanted to see if you y'all listened to or heard the Eminem rap or freestyle he did on Sway. I think it might have been last week.
Only heard about it. I have not heard it.
So,
on Caitlyn Jenner, he did Donald Trump, and there was a third person. I don't remember.
well, I mean, we all know Eminem goes after some tough targets. So, you know, this time around it's Caitlyn Jenner and Donald Trump. So, yeah. That's pretty brave on Eminem's part. Once again, I think Jimmy was the one that pointed this out, that Eminem goes after the very tough pop figures out there.
Yes, and I think Colin is the one who pointed it out to me. We were in a discussion, yeah. If I remember correctly, it's 10 years ago.
Could we get that audio? I would like to hear him, giving Caitlyn Jenner a beatdown in rap.
Hang up, guys. Thank you.
All right, we'll find it. Yeah, I guess Eminem has a channel here, right? It's still called. They're still named after him.
Shade,
and all he has to do is show up like once a year or something like that. That's it. He has to be on the channel, I think, once a year. And he came here out of nowhere, I think, last week and did some time on Sway. So he was here while we were broadcasting?
No, 6 o'clock at night. No one knew he was coming.
Oh, they came at night and did a special thing. Okay. We'll find the audio of that. Did anyone watch I Am Caitlyn last night?
I did.
Yes.
No.
And
I've lived it.
Give me your quick 2 cents on this.
It was very anticlimactic. It was very boring.
I saw a clip of what's his name there meeting Caitlyn for the first time.
Kanye.
Even though Kanye has met Bruce 100 times, but now it was a very important moment.
Right.
Now that Kanye was going to officially meet Caitlyn, it was so strange.
Kim and Kanye walk in. They both hug Caitlyn, and Kanye's hug is very awkward, and it's like he doesn't want to get too close, like he may catch something. It's a very awkward pat on the back, and
really
lean in, and it's weird.
It's going to do some numbers, this show, huh?
I think it's interesting. I mean, it's an interesting thing, like this thing that if this was somebody nobody knew about, but when you're on the cover of the Wheaties box and you say I'm a lady. I get why people are kind of curious about it.
It's interesting that you mentioned the Wheaties box, because I was watching the Greg Louganis documentary that's going to be on HBO in another few days. We got an advance copy because Mr. Louganis will be here today.
Yep.
And he has won 4 gold medals, by the way. It is said in this documentary that he was never on the Wheaties box because it was
the word box. He objected to it.
A lot of people say he wasn't on the Wheaties box because it was rumored back then, when he was an Olympic superstar, that he was gay, and that was the reason why they never put him on the Wheaties box, and they put Mary Lou Retton on instead.
That's amazing.
So could you imagine if they had an inkling of what Bruce Jenner was going through?
Right.
Oh my God!
He would have never made it onto that Wheaties box.
No. Right.
But that was also the only real interesting part of the show. His mother was there, seeing him for the first time, and his mother kept calling him Bruce or calling her him.
And the kids call him Dad, right?
Yeah, and the kids would call him Dad.
But doesn't she have the right to call him Bruce Jenner still?
Well, they sort of deal with that about how there's an expert, a trans expert comes in and says it's very important to choose the right words. You should be calling her, not him. And they show all the footage and the mother's like, when he won the gold medal, it was the greatest moment of my life, and now, and I was so proud of him. And she comes around and she's proud of him, but you can tell she's wrestling with all this.
Well, it's funny, even on stage addressing it, it's like when I'm talking about Bruce doing the Diane Sawyer interview, I can't say her.
No.
I can't. I just say it's him, and I'll give you the her after the interview. It's like 9/11. You think of life before and after 9/11. That's how I think of Bruce.
Right.
You're Bruce Jenner, even though maybe you were always Caitlyn. It's hard for me to say that.
Yeah.
I can't marry that in my head.
I don't think people are being disrespectful if they feel more comfortable calling him Bruce Jenner, especially his mom, who gave birth to him.
Speaking of trans, welcome Vic Henley.
You made it, Vic.
Oh, absolutely.
All right.
Yes.
All
absolutely.
right.
I'm from vacation. I'm almost pretty relaxed.
Alcoholism be damned.
That's right. I pulled through one more time.
Beat it one day at least.
So,
to be here.
I was here the last time I was supposed to be here. I think I'm 2 in a row.
We're just to get you up to speed. We're talking about Hulk Hogan and all that shit that went on over the weekend, and now this I Am Caitlyn started up on E, right?
It was on E, yep.
I chose to watch the Greg Louganis documentary. I had a choice, and I think I picked wisely, I hope.
I can pull in my obscure Henley fact where my brother was in a Birmingham, Alabama local theater production of Showboat, and guess who the money name that came in to be the lead role in Showboat that year? Bruce Jenner.
Oh, wow.
Oh, it was Bruce Jenner. I thought I would have went with Greg Louganis on that one.
It was like all the athletes who will do anything after their little glitch of fame, and you see them on the sitcom or the variety show. Got to be like 77, 78.
Oh, wow.
Somewhere right in there, right? Like Joe Namath is, like the first week is like Joe Namath is King Lear.
Yeah.
Then the next week it's like Bruce Jenner and Showboat. But it's like, it's how, when you get that far.
Shouldn't that have been our first inkling? Bruce Jenner and Showboat? 77? No one's eyebrows raised just slightly? Like, wait, what's up here?
He just wanted to sing and dance.
Did he, I don't know the Showboat at all, I say with great pride.
Me either. It's a musical.
Did he dress like a man or a woman in it?
I just know it's a musical.
No, I don't know. He's I'm guessing the lead role is like some, like a Mississippi riverboat gambler person, from around in that era. So, but that's the thing. But yeah, that's how. When you're trying to be famous, you will eventually end up in Birmingham, Alabama, doing local theater.
You're right. There's sitcoms and stuff after athletes.
No, Bob Golick on Saved by the Bell and got his own show after that.
Where the Brady Bunch, like Namath stopped by. Didn't he stop by because Marsha had a crush on him or something? Yeah. And then we realized it was Dad all along.
But I think
fucking Robert Reed was smelling his ass like Tiger, crawling behind him.
Exactly.
I
think Caitlyn Jenner's mom should be able to call him Bruce.
Yeah, it's 82, by the way. That's the.
It was 1982. Yeah.
So okay, there you go. Nice. All right. See, in the world of I knew I was in college at the time, but there he is. See,
There was some article that I read that mentioned that Caitlyn Jenner won the gold medal in the 1976 Olympics, and that's
now they're adjusting that.
Right, but. That doesn't.
Now you can't go back.
Man. You can't change the name. No, the name was Bruce back then. The name. If you want to change the she to he to she.
Yeah.
Because if you say maybe it was always a she, you don't change the name.
Right.
The name back then was Bruce. You don't change the name.
Look, I used to be called the Opster. I don't want to be.
Go with Coming to America. His mother called him Clay. I'm gonna call the man Clay.
I'm not the Opster anymore.
Coming to America. Mother called him Clay. I'm gonna call the man Clay.
Mama called him Clay. I'm gonna call him Clay.
I'm gonna call the man Clay. His mama called him Clay.
I got a tweet this morning from somebody saying that Caitlyn Jenner is going to be in Playboy, and the guy writes, I'm not sure if this is a real article, but I'm sending it your way. And then I read it, and there's a line in there where Caitlyn Jenner supposedly is quoted saying, "I can't wait to show everybody my new body parts." That means it's a fake story. Caitlyn Jenner, you don't think Caitlyn Jenner is going to be in Playboy, right?
No, that's not a real story.
Yeah, okay. But I guess I'm beating up the guy who sent it to me. Like, what do you mean you didn't know if this was real or not? She would never say, I can't wait to show my new body parts to everybody.
No, probably not.
But that's it on the I Am Caitlyn. We don't have to watch that crap for the show, right?
The other weird thing, I think Eric said
and you could say it's crap. It's crap.
Well,
it's
crap
TV.
It was
very boring.
But the problem is that it's not a good reality show because there has been so much media coverage of all this that somehow it wasn't compelling. Like, we've heard all of this before, so it's just a rehash.
Like,
there's no.
Kim comes in and goes through his closet and says, "I like this. You can't wear that." Now we sort of heard that story that Kim, gave him fashion advice. So like 2 months ago. So now seeing it, you're like, there's nothing new. The only weird thing is that the kids still call him Dad. His daughters still call him Dad.
Well, let's see how this unfolds. What will happen next week?
And shouldn't they be allowed to call him Dad?
Yeah,
they celebrate Father's Day even though he was officially Caitlyn at that point.
I honestly don't know if it's right or wrong. It's just that you keep calling Caitlyn she and her, and then they're like, "All right, Dad, bye." So it's just
if you're
learning the rules.
If you're calling Caitlyn Bruce just to be a dick, then I get it. But if you're her mom or her daughters, then and if they feel comfortable calling him Bruce, then that's how it should be.
Why don't you just call him Payday?
Yeah, exactly.
That's all he's been doing.
Hey you, person.
No kidding.
Payday.
Excuse
just
me.
Go like Prince. Just
you ever not remember a name and you have to go? Could you? You just always say the name. Hey,
Captain.
I told you, Captain. Doug Stanhope left me a message recently, and he called me Captain. Hey, Captain, it's Stanhope. Fucking Doug. Like a week ago, he left me a message.
Awesome.
Hey, Captain. Fucking love Duck. Hey, do you think? Yeah, I told you, Mopa is the one I learned from Transparent. They say it's like Mom, Papa. They had this weird name they use, which Mopa kind of sounds shitty.
Sounds weird.
There's one.
Speaking of,
that's what it should be. That's a combination of the genders. Hey, excuse me. I'd love to see you on Day.
Right.
Speaking of trannies, Jim Norton.
Where's this going?
I can stop right there.
Exactly, right to my
I can
zipper.
stop right there. That should have been our out to break.
There you go.
I don't have to add anything after that. You turned me on to Tangerine. And I saw it on Saturday morning this is what I do. Because people are like becoming parents for the first time finally and all that shit. And they go, how you do it? You got to get up before your kids at least 2 hours so you have time to yourself to do shit. So I sacrifice and I get up at like 5:30 or 6 on the weekends. And then I could see stuff and listen to stuff and read and do whatever the fuck I want for a couple hours. Anyway. Jimmy was telling me about this movie Tangerine. It's, I think, the first movie that was completely filmed on an iPhone, right?
iPhone 5S, and it's very inspirational when you want to shoot something. You're like, oh my God, you can actually, all you got to do is wire them for sound and lighting and stuff.
Yeah.
But it looks, there's certain scenes in it where they're shooting them walking and they keep jump cutting from walking angles. And it's really interesting shooting.
Yeah.
And it was like, it's like there's this like really electronic, like electronic music playing, and the guy's walking or the girl's walking, and all of a sudden it cuts and they show her walking from the side and then from the back. It's just interesting editing to keep it alive while they're walking. It's just really well done.
I would have never known that it was filmed on an iPhone.
Me neither until I happened. I
had no idea.
I don't want to say what happened, but let's just say at the end of it, I was like, fuck, I didn't want it to be over. I just kind of hung in that moment and was just listening to it as the credits rolled. It really got me. And then I was like, then I saw the end where it said the iPhone shot it.
And boy, they use a lot of trannies in this movie, Jim Norton.
Well, it's funny when
I was trying to count, and I lost
what's it
track.
about? What's it about?
Well, basically, it takes place in L.A. You got a tranny that just got out of jail after 28 days, I think.
Yeah.
And then she runs into her tranny friend, and she's looking for her boyfriend, who's a pimp, and she finds out that this pimp was seeing somebody else while she was in jail. So now the whole story is she's trying to find that bitch.
And we might get him into jail.
I like it.
James Ransone, his name is. He was in The Wire. He was Ziggy. That was Ziggy in The Wire, the pimp.
Holy fuck!
Yeah. And he was in Generation Kill.
Oh, yeah, you're right, yeah.
That's who that was.
Dude, I'm sitting there.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there going, how the fuck do I know this guy?
He's one of those guys, right?
And he was talking with that slang, like that ghetto slang. That's like when Cheese beat him up. That's what he sounded like.
Yeah.
It was like a little ridiculous, but he was perfect for that part because he played it like well, but you could see he just wasn't 100%, but it was like on purpose.
What a great reveal. I was sitting there going, how the fuck do I know this guy? Ziggy's season 2.
Yeah.
Of course.
And my buddy had a little part in that. Ian Edwards, really, really funny comic. He tours with Rogan a lot. He's on Joe's, I think, podcast, or at least I'm guessing he is because he's always on the road with him. He was the guy who was sitting in the store when she was coming in yelling at him. He's like, you can't do that in here. You gotta go, bald black guy.
Yeah.
And
no, he's a great dude. You're right.
Yeah,
he's been around forever.
Yes. I love him. He's a really brilliant writer too.
But you know what, man? I kind of liked the movie.
I did too. I thought it was very interesting.
There was a really good rhythm to it. The music was kind of cool.
And I recognized every corner. When you're watching somebody go, yep, that's Santa Monica. Yep, that's that photo booth. Yep. I mean, just because we shot Lucky Louie a block from there.
Okay.
That was where Lucky Louie was shot.
Did you recognize any of the ladies?
I did not know, but some of those.
I was nervous about recognizing some of the ladies.
Some of those. The cabbie I like too. I don't want to give too many detail, but there was certain moments in that where if you watch it, and again, if you're like a sex addict, there's certain consequence moments where you're like, oh fuck, like just like there's little things that happen where you're like, wow, that's what happens because it's not so over the top. You know what I mean? It's not like 40 people die. It's just one of those things where you watch, you're like, yep. That's what happens.
Just get a little something on you every now and then.
Well, that's what it's like. That's what it's like to be caught. Oh, boy.
Mm-hmm. So they nailed it.
Yeah, I thought they did parts. I mean, again, some parts of it, I thought they nailed it pretty well.
We're going to have Sean Baker in, the director, I believe.
Yeah, what a great job.
It was made with $100,000. No kidding.
There you go.
Hitting theaters Friday. What Friday? Like this Friday?
Let's see. That's it's open. It's out.
Oh, it's out.
already.
It's probably not in a ton of theaters, I would imagine.
No, it's probably
like art houses and stuff. But you should see it if you can, because it's the fact that it was shot on an iPhone blew me away. And I enjoyed it before I knew that. I mean, that's the only reason I sat through the fucking credits is because I enjoyed it. But I watched the way this guy shot. I would like, fuck, man, this guy's really good. He's an interesting director. There was a lot of dialogue, and it was a dialogue-heavy movie. I guess when you're shooting with iPhones, you're not going to do a car crash scene.
Yeah.
Really well done.
I agree with you. Probably not my cup of tea, but I'm glad I saw it.
Yeah.
It was all right.
It's one of those things where they should... I wonder how many phones they use. I'm guessing they could probably use a couple of phones.
I read there
mount
were
one.
3 phones.
That was it.
Sure, I read that.
Imagine if you're in the middle of a shoot.
3-phone shoot.
Yeah, 3-phone shoot.
It's a 3-phone shoot.
But you imagine
got one on a selfie stick. We're doing a crane shot.
But there was a crane shot.
I'm sure. You know.
So he must have been sitting up there with his damn iPhone, huh?
Oh,
Imagine you're in the middle of a
there's no
shoot and a
telling.
phone call comes in. My new laugh I've debuted.
I like do it again. One more time.
Debuted. You've been doing that for months.
No, but I was saying I've debuted.
I haven't been here. I haven't been here.
Yeah, I've debuted.
I don't even know who these guys are.
It doesn't matter.
Exactly. Believe me. By the end of the show, you'll wish you
It doesn't matter.
I left. There was Sam was over there the last time I was
Here's
here.
what
You
they
don't have
are.
to worry about him anymore.
Don't
They're
mention
brothers.
them. You might as well kick a hornet's nest. Don't fucking mention them.
They're
Make believe they're
brothers.
not here. Makes it easier for everybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you think that fucking Kurt and Courtney were codependent, it's when one is out, both are out. It's a really weird relationship.
But see,
You know what? I thought of it something. So that, last week I told you we shared an apartment. We worked together.
they're brothers.
We're brothers.
Yeah.
So
You ever see The Shining?
I just want to make sure you
You
know
ever see The
that.
Shining? The twins in The Shining had a fucking more
I was gonna
independent
say,
relationship.
Right. Had more free time.
Yes.
Vacation.
Come and do show prep with us forever.
Forever at the bar.
But there was one other detail I forgot to tell you. Eric has one daughter. I have 2. Eric's daughter was born shares a birthday with my older daughter.
It's just creepy.
Isn't that crazy?
Now, let me ask you guys a question. You guys were out the other day because you had to help your dad do something
Yeah.
because he hurt his back or something.
Yeah.
How come one of you can't come in and one of you can't do that?
We both. Honestly, it was just because my mom wanted help and it was going to be early in the morning.
Oh, she needed you both.
And did you notice the show was fucking terrific when
It
you
was
guys were here?
fantastic.
Much
Okay, I
better.
just want to make sure
It
you
was
much better.
It was fantastic. I would like
Like
to.
we didn't even miss a beat.
No.
I just want to let you know that to
I
your
found
face.
it very depressing. I was listening. I can't wait for this thing to crash and burn.
Sherrod called me.
And why wouldn't you kill the other one just to double your salary?
We've discussed this a time. Well, usually Eric never tells me what he gets paid, and he's the smarter of the two of us. So I have a feeling he always makes more than I do.
Well,
You mean that IQ
That's exactly the situation I'm in.
He's actually the smarter. You guys have been tested. There's been a test.
It's clear.
It's
It is clear.
I like it.
they were the head writers on Letterman for
Sure.
a long time.
So
Okay.
it was our fault.
So you know the basics of it.
I'm sure.
So
right.
We ruined that show too.
Yeah, we ruined that show. We're ruining this
Supposedly
show.
they're ruining this show.
Yeah.
Right. Well, it took him a long time to ruin that one.
Depending on
Actually,
depending on
they
who you
worked
choose
really hard
to.
for a long time to drive that fucker into the
yeah,
ground.
we really tried. 17 years. That
Right.
we're out.
The emergency brake was up the
Yeah.
entire time. And they
Yeah,
was-
boom.
If you choose to, listen to certain people out there, they are completely ruining the show.
This
Yep.
one.
Yes.
Yeah, because-
completely. Like
Well,
it's not
certain
even.
people, everybody hates me whenever I'm on here.
But then if you
usually.
choose to listen to other people, they say
Right,
they're a
same thing.
terrific add-on
thing,
to the show.
same
So
thing.
We don't even we don't say that much on here.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
know what?
say a lot.
On Thursday, I got tweets about how I ruined the show. I wasn't here.
You're ruining the show when you're not even here.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just the mere thought of you being in studio is driving certain people nuts.
It wasn't even my idea to be in studio.
All right. Vic Henley, how are you?
I'm great.
How's your summer?
I've done nothing. This is my first thing back. I came here just so I could drink coffee and feel stimulated.
Welcome aboard,
a little
Vic.
bit. Yes, I
Where'd
had
you go?
no idea. I was getting on a whole brand new Love Boat.
I would love another cup of
I was on
coffee.
Nantucket. I was all over everywhere working, and then I did a week on Nantucket.
I
and
knew a
came
man
here.
from there.
Yeah, I know. I saw you in the video.
Just this weekend, I was pining away for Nantucket.
It was
I was
good,
telling my
man.
wife, I'm like, you know what? We got to go next summer.
You should go when we do the comedy festival. I'll give you the
Yeah?
hookup. It's all really, really
But see,
good.
the kids are a little too young for Nantucket.
No, how old are they?
No.
5 and 2.
No, we
5
did
and 3
We did a
almost.
kids show. We did a kids
Yeah,
show.
but I mean,
We did that. We rented a house a few years ago.
Oh, my God.
oh jeez.
Go ahead. What happened?
Oh, that's it. I'm saying you can bring your kids. It's fine.
Channel turn.
Jimmy, you should do a little weekend on Nantucket.
Nah,
Maybe even perform. It's a cool little
they
spot,
love him.
man.
They love him. It's
I'd
great.
go,
It's
but who am I going to
wonderful.
bring? I need to bring
It's
somebody.
a cool spot.
A girl. Bring a girl. You
I
know
know
women.
that, but
You
which
know
one?
women.
I need
Which
to bring a
right,
special
pick one.
someone, Vic. I don't have anyone.
I'll get
For
you a good
Pete's
spot.
sake,
Come
you introduced
alone.
me to that girl you told me about.
Come along. I'd say come along, believe me.
I'd love
Within
to.
12 seconds.
That's what I've been doing for 3.5 years.
Good night, everybody. See you on the promenade. deck.
Yes, I'm Jim
Shuffleboard.
Norton. You've been nice, and
Right.
I've been Jim. Get
Don't
Esther.
let the sea air rust your hips.
They have nice restaurants.
Oh, it's amazing.
Are the cobblestones still there? I need to
Well,
know
no,
the
they dug them up.
cobblestones.
They dug them up. No,
They did not.
fucking
Oh,
kidding
okay,
me?
all
They
right.
can't dig them up.
For some reason, they
For
got to keep the
400 years.
cobblestones.
For 400 years.
And
they're
it's
not coming
fucking up everyone's cars.
Yep.
The ones that are the really rich. You got to be really rich to have a car on Nantucket.
Oh, they bring, yeah, absolutely.
Oh,
I have no
boy.
idea why you would, I told you the John Kerry story from a few years ago where he was 2 weeks, he illegally parked his boat wrong for 2 weeks and it cost him $625,000.
Wow.
Yeah.
They got him for $625,000.
Yeah, he told me, I was at this
You
thing.
never told us this
Oh,
one.
I thought I was
Yeah,
at,
he did.
Yeah, I did.
I don't remember
he was
this
all,
one.
he was all, I was at a cocktail party and this big giant man was kidney punching me with his elbow
I
from
remember you
behind
telling
and
me
I turned
that.
around and you buy a thing from Memorial Day to Labor Day, and the whole season cost like $625,000. But the crew sailed the boat up 2 weeks early and parked it and didn't tell him, and he got up like the equivalent of a parking ticket. So I go, "How much is the season?" He goes, $625. I go, "What did the 2 weeks cost you?" He went, $625.
So wait, they charge almost $1 million to park your boat there?
The $625,000 gets you the whole summer.
That's still a long time to park a boat.
90 days. Well,
Jesus
if you
Christ.
go Memorial Day to Labor Day,
Right.
roughly around
But
in there.
he
But yeah,
gave
that's the
that
season
bill.
pass.
He gave that bill to his wife.
That's what I told him.
and
I'm
she
like,
just
"You got,
paid it
I
like it
went
was
straight to
nothing.
ketchup money, right?" I went
Exactly.
straight
Put a
to
little ketchup on her clit. She's like, oh, whatever you need.
The chili sauce. I like the Heinz chili sauce. You put
Yeah,
that
it's
on the
it's a
clit.
ritzy area.
It's 75% of America's wealth is
there's
in
some
there.
sick boats in there too.
Oh yeah.
You can walk up and down and check out some some amazing yachts.
They wouldn't go for me there. I mean, I might
They'd
go.
love you.
Do they have nice hotels there?
Are you fucking kidding me?
I don't know. What do I know? You probably can't get a room. They're probably all booked.
What is it called?
No, the
It's
White
called
Elephant.
the White House, right?
The White Elephant.
White Elephant.
The White Elephant's
I work with him.
Yeah, it's the White Elephant's tonight. Yeah, he was your opener in '83. So, but the
Jimmy
White,
should go.
They would love you there. I know the
Go
owner.
for a
I'll
long
give you the
weekend.
hookup.
Show him a picture of the White Elephant.
Gaffigan's done it. Brian Regan.
Yes,
Lou
name
Black.
2 other comedians nothing like me. Louis Black they love a political comedian. Gaffigan is clean, and Regan is clean. Jim Norton's not clean. They would not
Right.
go for my nonsense up there.
They would love your nonsense.
Look at this White Elephant. Look at
what
this.
a piece of shit! I stay in a courtyard married, bunch of blue chairs.
Or
Yeah, that looks nice.
Or you could do a bed and breakfast. They love
I
their bed and
hate
breakfast.
bed and breakfasts.
No, that's where this
How
is-
much is an omelet? $8,000 for Christ's sake.
They donate one. They donate one little place a year, and I would put you in there. That's
Oh,
where
that's
I would
nice.
put
I want
you.
the donated room.
I could tempt you with that.
How much is it to rent?
Oh, it's like $900 a night, $2,200 a night, depending on what you're getting.
$2,200.
$2,200 a night gets
What
you
do
the
you
little
get?
townhouse thing, and your own little a little Filipino boy makes you sandals
Jerking
every
you
morning.
off?
And jerks you off and makes you sandals at the same time.
I'm sure it's nice though.
Every
Do
morning.
they have 24-hour room service?
I don't know.
They better for that.
They won't let me stay there. I just know the owner.
Why won't you?
I got a house where I'm staying, so I don't.
They don't let you stay there?
I could.
Is there a story to be told?
No, there's no.
Are you
there's
going
nothing.
back?
No, I go every single year.
He just
going
got
back this year, I mean.
Right.
Oh, you're done.
Yeah, we're done. I'm not going
How
back.
long are you up there? Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah, take the air JetBlue Delta from JFK. Either one.
Quick flight? That's
Whatever
a
you
very...
need. 18
That's,
minutes.
it's an 18-minute
18 minutes,
flight?
something like that. Yeah.
The
Wait, you an 18-minute? Boy, I wish you were spinning up there with JFK Jr. So, you think it's a small plane?
Yeah,
from
you
JFK?
can.
No, it's a big jet.
Really?
Yeah.
A big one?
Yeah, it's not the little
they figured
bitty
that
one.
out finally.
You're thinking of the wings
Yeah.
from Boston. There's Cape Air and there's Trade Winds, and that's like the TV show Wings, where you sit next to the pilot in the old prop plane. Those fly back and forth all day long out of Hyannis and Boston both. But I go from JFK and it's a regular jet.
The only problem with flying back and forth to Nantucket is that the fog will come in and then the airport will close down for like
That's
2
what
days.
the last time I missed this show. That's what happened.
Right. That's the only problem.
No, that's in May. I was supposed to be here.
All right.
And you can't get service at the airport.
That's
and
right.
they're all motherfucking me, and I'm like,
Boy, stupid us. We blamed alcoholism immediately.
Yes,
You were
well,
drunk.
that's the only reason he was still up there. He slept through his flight the day before. Oh, I'm dropping gassers today.
Boy, we did not give you the benefit of the doubt.
Never.
Vic Henley.
You never
I'm
do.
sorry.
You never do. I've only missed twice. Once was screaming diarrhea, and the other one was I was fogged in on
See, I
Nantucket.
backed you up. I had no idea.
I appreciate
18
that.
minutes.
Yeah.
But you still have to be at the airport an hour before.
They
All
lost
that
my
crap.
luggage. Delta lost my luggage on the way there.
Why don't you just have a carry-on?
What are they strapped to
Because
the wing?
I had a girl with me, and you got to bring a whole other steamer trunk if you're bringing a woman with you in Nantucket. So no, they lost my luggage. I got 10,000 miles. They're still giving me shit.
I would have definitely have carried on for a small plane like that.
Yeah, a little backpack.
I did have my stuff, but I had a woman with me, and so
How long are you going
the
for?
shoes. I needed one bag just for shoes.
Oh, God.
Right, it was worth it.
I would have washed my underwear in the sink.
Well,
And hung them out to dry outside of my window at the White Elephant.
At the end of the day, Delta went go shopping. I'm like, I'm on Nantucket, and they're like, are you giving me a limit? They're like, whatever you want, we don't care. We're not going to find your bag. It's not looking good. Go shopping.
So did they eventually find it?
Oh yeah, it was there the next morning. They delivered it to the house.
And how much money did you spend on it?
$450. I went out and bought a bunch of. I bought
And
a
did they
dress.
reimburse
I
you?
bought a tie.
I bought a suit for you.
I had a black tie event, and I wore a Ralph
I went out there
Lauren
and bought a
tuxedo.
car, and so I had a car in my luggage, you know.
All right, why don't we...
$10,000 worth of scrimshaw.
we're going to take a little break. Vic, you got anything going on?
Mm-mm.
Just chilling, huh?
Absolutely. I'm home for 3 months. I'm just doing the New York thing. Very happy to be. I was on the road for 4 months, so.
Really? Where do you live, Vic? You're on the east side,
I'm
right?
up on the Upper East at 90th Street.
And you have a little yard?
I have a deck, yes. I'm going to barbecue for the boys. I told them.
I want to come. I want to see a place.
Do we get the invite this year?
If you want, I'm doing it, yeah. I'm doing it. I'm restaining on Saturday, and so somewhere in the next 3 or 4 weeks.
No, I want to see because I'm shopping for a place, and I want a little. I don't know if I can afford your place, but I want a little outdoor space.
That's why I bought it. That's why I bought the place.
He's got a deck.
All right.
There's not many places in Manhattan that have actual
You got a big deck?
decks.
It's a wraparound. Is it? No, it goes down and around. Yeah, it's I don't know how to.
How deep is it?
I don't know. I don't know if we're going porn talk now. Are you?
No, I'm
asking
actually
me
asking
deck
for
questions.
I was joking when I said that, but now I'm
I don't
asking.
know. I can get like 35 people out there probably. I've had
Wow.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
I'm it's street level, so you go down around the building and in the back, and then I've got kind of what would be the backyard behind my apartment.
Wow.
Okay.
So yeah.
Can you put a jacuzzi there if you wanted to?
I was going to, and I decided not to.
Why not?
Because at the time I thought my neighbor's was next to me was for sale, and I was going to buy both of them, put the jacuzzi over there, and then he quickly informed me that's not for fucking sale. I don't know.
Oh,
why.
really?
Yeah. So then I just kept my deck the same.
Is it shared space out there?
You
decided to take over?
You can each of us bought behind our building, so you can do whatever you want right behind you.
Wow.
So the guy next to me, he went street level. He put in gravel. He's got a really cool thing going. I'm like all bamboo. My neighbor next to me on the other side, she went bamboo. The guy next to her went like a picket fence kind of thing. It's a whole, it's crazy.
I got to see this.
Because some places
I'm walking home with you today.
It's good if you look down from the roof, it's kind of cool to look at.
Street property is where you can put jacuzzis and stuff. And I don't even know if I'd get one, but part of me is like, if you're going to have outdoor space, it's not going to be just a place to have coffee. I'm like, I looked at first of all, it was out of my price range, the one I looked at, but it was a gigantic, I'm like, what am I going to do on it? Make proclamations like I'm a king? I'm going to sit in one area. I have no, like, what do I have, 1 or 2 people over? I don't entertain, especially not here for 3 hours a day. So I'm like, maybe I could. I'm like,
had I not been on vacation, I would have said that.
I'm like, maybe
I'm off my game. I'm off my game.
I'm like, maybe I could get a place and just get a jacuzzi. If I have a girl over, it'd be kind of fun. It doesn't have to be big. Like Anthony's got one. You can have 8 people. I don't need anything that large. Just something small. Like, I don't know.
I bought the apartment for that reason. I wanted an outdoor space. I really
You get claustrophobic inside, though.
Yeah. Well, I bought it because it was near the park, so I had super outdoor space, and then I also bought it because I had the deck. So,
Well, you better invite us for the big cookout.
pork tenderloin is coming your way.
I want to go before
Nice.
then and actually see it.
Like today.
Is it a co-op or condo?
It's co-op, yeah.
How'd you get into a co-op? There's a co-op. They would never take me to co-op.
Well, again, it depends on who you're talking to, and it was only like 13 people, and even I could get by them. You could get by easy. It just depends the profile.
Oh, really?
It's like any other thing. Each country club could be the hardest country club to get in, or the easiest one to get in. And
I lost thousands of dollars going for a co-op.
yeah, well,
And the lady at the end, Opie! They did a little Google search and might have saw the Sex for Sam and a few other things. And this lady, this old fucking bitch, she actually looks at me and goes, and I thought you were a good guy. She got all pissed off.
Oh,
I'm like,
ugly.
well, you've been dealing with me for 2 or 3
Right.
months. What, that doesn't matter that I'm showing you I am a good guy?
Right.
One Google search and you're like, I thought you were a good guy. She was so mad.
Yeah, I got none of that. We had zero.
Well, there wasn't
of that.
Google when you was Google there when you bought it, or have you been there for 15 years?
No, I've been there for 17 years. Yeah,
Okay,
no, yeah,
that's
you couldn't check
why.
anything.
Because
You'd
it
have been
makes
able
it
to find
harder.
zero on me.
The paperwork, the
No, I know.
time, the money. That's why she was pissed off because
Moolah.
in the end she lost the sale and all this time and effort.
Our guy just told us, he's literally, there was 5 people in the room, and he goes, we're really about the financials. We don't care what you're doing in your personal life. I handed him two months of bank statements. They looked at it and went, fine, welcome to the co-op. And it was that easy. It was total drive-through.
This was a hoity-toity building right across from the Dakota.
Oh, well,
Slow down a
naturally.
little bit.
There you go.
And they wanted everything.
No, I
and it was
understand that,
never
right.
enough. They kept wanting more and more. I mean... Oh, God. And then we were going to close, and a week before we closed, they decided to pass because they found something.
Charles Grodin wrote a great... I saw Charles Grodin preview this play, and I don't know if he ever got it on Broadway, but it was called called These People. And it was all just a behind-the-scenes look at the co-op board talking about who should get in or who should not get in. It was just
great...
oh, it was wonderful. Marion Grodin, she got me in the preview a couple of times, and so he was just sitting on stage like Richard Dreyfuss and a bunch of really who's who of actors, like 7 of them. And it was just them recapping everyone's, application to be in this hoity-toity co-op. And it's like, well, we can't have these people.
Co-ops do have a certain... I get why you want to fucking judge who lives. These are people who are going to be living in your building, and you're making financial decisions on your building with them. So you want to make sure it's not some fucking dope
It's a
dealer.
business. But that's like it's a business. You want their money to be right, but I don't give a shit if you're...
They're just assholes, especially in Manhattan. They give it like real A-list celebrities a tough time. Like they don't want this who doesn't want an A-list celebrity in their fucking building?
Remember they were giving Seinfeld a hard time because he was going to knock out a vent to put in a bigger stove or something. And
is that why?
Yeah, or something.
I think
weird.
Joan Rivers had a problem. I believe reading about
during surgery. Yeah,
he's back.
No, do you know what? Madonna had a problem where these hoity-toity Manhattanites.
Bono also. I think
they don't want the press.
Nah.
They don't care. The financial people. They don't want they don't want the paparazzi.
I think they want to be able to say, yeah, we turned down Madonna in our building.
I think it's that too. I think you're right.
I think it's more that than anything.
Right, exactly.
They want to live their lives. They're bankers. They're fucking stock people. They're people who are not impressed by celebrity because they have the same amount of money.
Well, they're trying to say they're better than even people like Bono and Madonna.
Right.
There's been a lot of articles on this. They're real assholes.
What? Here's what I want. I have a little bit idea when we get back. It's not going to be a big one.
Is that all we need to know, or you want to explain further?
Yeah, because I want to wash my hands and eat my eggs.
All right, we're going to eat.
I'm going to wash my hands and eat my eggs.
Vic might invite you to his barbecue on his deck.
Vic might. Sounds like a new superhero.
Norton's got a free pass for anything. Norton gets a free pass for anything he wants.
Thank you very much. And Travis is shaking his hands at my bomb.
He's got the comedy pass for 30. I will give you second place comedy pass, but I have known him longer.
Wait, am I invited to the barbecue or not?
Sure, of course.
That's all I care about.
But he's saying I can come any day, any time.
He can ring my buzzer every time. I'll let him in.
And I can't.
Certainly, but he's ahead of you in line.
Yes, because we know each other
ring the
longer.
buzzer.
Yes, you both have buzzer ringing privilege.
Do you know when that started? Because Vic and I, one time we were in the car together, and that song "You Can Ring My Bell" came on, and we just looked at each other.
Anita Ward.
Ring my bell.
I hate the phone. My bell. We heard you.
Right. It's really into the bell. Jesus.
There's nothing new to write songs about. Like fucking, I just think of Tony Orlando knocked 3 times. Like there's nothing. Which, by the way, Tony Orlando, most underrated guy ever.
That's when it was just Dawn. That was before he broke off and got all cocky with
That's
Tony.
before Dawn got cunty with him.
That's right.
He said, "Where would you be without me?" Well, we'll see, won't we, bitch?
Right.
You harmonize. I'll go sing the song.
The other one went in the sitcoms. Thelma Hopkins.
You said underrated. I think he's right where he's supposed to be.
No, as a man, he should be the biggest thing ever.
God, I never liked Tony Orlando.
Oh my God, Ty,
Come
he's a
on,
delight.
Ty,
The man's a delight.
Yellow ribbon around that oak tree.
Come on,
Not 3
Candida.
times. Candida.
We could make it together. Who doesn't get inspired by that
Right.
song? For fuck's sake, it makes you want to go out and just meet a girl with that shitty name.
Well, his career is taking off. The Corn Palace Festival. The
He's
South
still
Point
working.
Casino and
Still
Spa.
working, right, exactly.
You know what it is?
The Harry Chapin Lakeside Theater in
Oh
Eisenhower
no! Hope he's not
Park.
driving. It's on the LA. It's exit 18 in the LA. He, look,
He's playing at Inlet Beach.
How old is he now? Though he's an old guy. He's
He's got to be 70.
I would say I'm going to go
73.
75.
73. I'm taking the
Knock
under.
3 times. The opening to that. If you're not inspired by that, you just shouldn't be alive. It's the great. Who doesn't feel good about that? How about a music cue? Yeah, come on.
Say, has anybody seen My Sweet Gypsy Rose? You think about that
71.
one?
He's 71.
He's 71. I was correct on the under.
I would have thought older.
Why don't we play it
I
then?
took the
If you
under.
think this is such an amazing
Just the
song.
opening.
Which
the
one?
opening. Come on.
The horns.
Oh my God, some shit's about to happen. Oh my God. What's going on around here? Who? Hey, girl. Hey, girl who's I've been jerking off to you for months.
Right?
Oh, every night I fucking have my ear pressed to above your bedroom, you fucking whore. I hear you taking black dick down. I hear my daughter taking big black dick down there, and it makes me angry. All right, I'm done.
La 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 la.
Then we're gonna break.
Yeah. What do you got going on, Jimmy? Anything?
Just my special is on Netflix
Yes.
as of last week. I have a lot of gigs coming up. Kenny, do I have a plug sheet in front of me?
You sure do, Jimmy.
Watch the special, though, Jimmy. I watched part of the special. And,
Oh no, you couldn't get through it, huh? Sorry.
I made the mistake of starting too late at night.
Okay.
But it was damn good, though.
Oh, thank you, Vic. Yeah, I got a bunch of stuff. I'm going to. My next dates are Houston and Dallas. I have Caroline's coming up. I'm at 3 of the Oddball festivals.
Gosh, busy.
Yeah, I got a bunch of stuff coming up.
JimNorton.com?
Yes, sir.
JimNorton.com.
See, I'm looking forward to Texas.
It's always good.
Yeah, I love
Texas
Dallas.
in August.
My first Houston date. Good point, Vic. Good point. Stupid booking on my part. Someone wants to buy a place, so he's taking gigs. But all you people have been yelling at me to come back to Houston. I'm coming
It's
back.
great. It's wonderful.
Well, we'll see. This might be my last trip to Houston.
It's one of my favorite cities.
I like to threaten them. Don't threaten me with a good time. LOL.
Right. You can't go wrong when you go to Hicks's hometown.
That's it is
go,
Houston. You're right.
You can't go wrong when you go to Hicks's hometown.
Nice. All right. More with Vic. Oh, we should promote Esther Koo's going to come in today. We got
Yes.
Dale Hughley calling the Y again. I forgot.
Because he had a fucking
Which
thing
thing?
with Cosby. A real tape with Cosby where he said stuff to Cosby on the phone that they never aired. I didn't even know about this.
I like
I've
it.
known DL for quite a while.
Oh, we're going to talk about the Cosby and the magazine that came out with all 35 of Cosby's alleged victims.
There is
All-
victims. Even Adolf Caesar's not defending him anymore. It's really nice to hear hear Whoopi Goldberg backtrack. I guess you gotta
soldier
say
story.
it's no good.
I believe that was a soldier story
Yeah.
reference.
So I've been saying Whoopi Goldberg sounds like him because she does now.
Oh, that's good.
In Color Purple, they switch roles. Now he would play the fucking sister.
Jim. All right. I'm going to get more coffee then. I think that's where it was. Are we?
Should we read this before? We'll read it after
We'll do
break.
it. Come back. Give him something to look forward
We'll
to.
give you more on the D.L. Hughley thing. This is very interesting what I'm looking at right now. And also today we got Greg Louganis coming in.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Big
Got a
day.
little documentary coming out on HBO in a few days. Some of us got to see last night.
He went through the stand-up phase. Do you remember when he went through a little stand-up?
No.
You can
Why
ask
would he
him
do
about
that?
That's exactly my question.
Well,
but
I know
yes.
why. He needed money.
Well, and he's funny. I know, but he has something to say.
Where's gigs good?
I don't know. I just know I never saw it. I just remember that was around the same time like John.
I have this recurring dream
Right.
and I jump up and I'm diving and I look down and go, no, there's no water in the pool.
Would that be the delivery too?
What would he talk about?
Oh my God.
They were going to put me on the Wheaties box, but then next joke. No one knows
We
that.
can save it.
Oh, look at these dishes.
On Fox and Friends. Should be called Foxy Friends.
Yes. Yes.
Am I right or wrong, Trav Dog?
Oh, they got
Very wrong.
They got a black one.
Trap dog.
Well, it represents all the women at the beach.
I know they had to put a black one in there.
All the people that go to the beach is represented in front of Fox and Friends.
That's a pretty girl.
Why can't they just pick 4 girls and go, oh, yeah, you guys look beautiful in bikinis? Why do they have to get the Asian, the white, the black, and then the one you don't know what the fuck?
That could just be
And then,
because
I don't know what the fuck.
everyone likes different girls, even if it's represented like even
It's
every black guys, white guys, everyone likes different broads.
It's just too calculated is the problem.
Yeah, you're probably
whatever.
It's like a Sunny Delight commercial.
Right.
Oh my God! Every racial friend and I are looking for Sunny D.
Right.
Our black friend, my Asian friend, my Spanish friend, and me. We all drink the same shitty beverage.
Right. Should have a casting for a crowd shot.
Exactly.
Yeah, you shouldn't
Not
have a
at
casting
all.
for a
Just
crowd
grab
shot.
4 girls
Right,
that
just
look
do a
good in
crowd shot.
bikinis
Just do a crowd
quickly and
shot.
just throw them
Yeah.
out there outside Fox.
Just show me their pubes. I want to see the difference. I'll tell you who's
Let's
who.
get right down to it.
I'll tell you who's who. Let me smell those pussies. I'll tell you who's who.
I never would have guessed coming in today that Jimmy would have had an angry rant about Sunny D.
I hate Sunny. I hate the commercials. I hated them. Yes. Sunny C had a happier ending.
Oh, Anita Ward.
Can't believe you know her
I
name.
got an extra one.
I used to spin this in high school. I could put this one on and dance myself. That's how long this song was.
It's a long one, huh?
That's right.
It's endless.
Bobby Christina, Houston.
I feel bad for Bobby Brown.
It's horrible.
It sucks.
I wonder if they'll ever figure out exactly what happened. They're pointing fingers kind of at that boyfriend a little bit, but they don't officially have him on anything, right?
Yeah, Zip, I haven't heard. Yeah, he'd be in jail if they had an inkling of
Of
anything
course
so
they
far.
would.
You would think after this much time, but
man, she's passes at the age of 22.
I always get nervous when E-Rock walks in the room.
Why?
Because it reminds me of that hotel in Nantucket.
No, it's the one in Lowell, Mass. A few years back. See, he's messing with. He's putting like Fox News on.
No, you don't have to put the guest thing up already. You keep our TVs on for now.
We have anyone coming soon?
Maybe when Greg Louganis comes in, you make him look like he's a big star. I guess he is a star.
He's very
right?
famous, absolutely.
He's a legend.
He is a legend. 4 gold medals. He could have had more, but why didn't he have more gold medals, Vic Henley?
Because he wanted to go into comedy. He felt that urge.
That's not it.
That's why I don't have any gold medals.
He felt that urge to get on stage.
People tell me I'm a gold medalist humorist.
In 1976, at the age of 16 years old, he won the silver. And then he was in his prime as a 20-year-old, I think 20 years old or some right around there, for the 1980 Olympics.
Oh, he didn't get
And
to go
then
to
that
Russia.
fucking Carter
There you go.
fucked our athletes.
Oh,
in the end.
right. Yes, he did.
He wasn't thinking of the athletes.
No.
There were a lot of heartbroken athletes when we had to boycott the
Rowdy
1980
Gaines.
Olympics.
Where were they supposed to be, in Russia?
I was,
Yeah,
yeah,
it was in Moscow.
In Moscow.
In Moscow.
65 countries boycotted it.
England went.
Well, all right.
England did go.
Okay.
We weren't the only one.
Oh, well, you know.
England went.
England went because Daley Thompson won the decathlon.
Well, they
I
probably knew they had
remember
a great shot. Are there any African countries boycotting? Good. Let's go run the race finally. Is Kenya out? All right, let's send some guys.
First white guy to win the marathon.
Yeah. Hey, Louganis is out. Let's go swim.
Rowdy Gaines was an Auburn dude. He didn't get to go. He would have won some gold medals that year. And Harvey Glantz was an Auburn track guy. I know my Auburn.
Well, I
facts.
mean, you know, Travis had to point out a lot of countries boycotted, but I mean, come on, we only think of our country, right?
Sure, why not?
Yeah, and Jimmy Carter.
And I
that was the
remember a
old
lot of
tit for
athletes
tat.
were very upset and sad because they worked so hard to.
That sucks. Yeah.
It sucks in a way.
But you got to remember now, the flip side of that was in '84 when they got us back by not coming. We kicked everybody's ass in everything.
Who
didn't come?
And Russia didn't come in '84 to Los Angeles.
Who
That
even
was
missed
Los
him?
Angeles, right?
Well, that's right, exactly. That's why Mary Lou Retton, that's why every great thing ever happened in '84 because
Oh, that
America
is
beat
true.
the fuck out of everybody.
Or as I call her, a fuckable Peter Dinklage.
Less hairy. Less hairy fuckable Peter Dinklage.
To take that hilarious line and go serious, I never found her fuckable.
Mary Lou Retton?
Oh, God, no.
No.
I'd have stuck it in her little rump. I'd have stuck it in her. Here you go, hero.
She reminded me of the chick.
Take that, hero.
Like, this is what you get when you become a hero.
Right.
Yeah, here's what you
There you
get.
go.
My clumsy.
You're
Take the clumsy.
She reminded me of the chick Muppet. She had that Muppet face.
How tall is she? 5'3"? She had like a boyish hairdo,
No.
like fucking.
Gotta be like 5'1".
Christy McNichol. Oh,
Man,
5'1".
she's close to a little
Christy
boy, no?
McNichol.
I was watching Little
And
Darlings.
Family. Little Darling with Tatum O'Neal.
on YouTube. I was watching it the other day. Because I did some interview for Up Rocks, and then who's your first crush? And I said Christy McNichol, and I realized that like, wow, I haven't seen Little Darlings in years, so I'm watching some of it. It was okay. I mean, I only watched the first 2 parts, but
She was 4'9".
4'9". I went
right.
5'1". I was on the other.
You know what
end.
4'9" looks like?
yeah, 6'5" when it's laying on its back. Same fucking thing.
I was going to go shorter. I was going to go shorter.
She actually looked better as she got older, though.
She's very popular on the motivational tour, I'm sure.
Yeah,
I'm
she
sure
stands on a little orange crate.
I'm sure she stands on
There's a lady talking. You know, people, when I first told people to look into the light, oh, we didn't know you were that lady, too. Shrimp.
I think she married, did she marry a diver? Did she marry, we can ask Greg Louganis.
Of the muff variety.
Don't ask Louganis about Mary Lou Retton. I'm
Or
telling
muff
you right
diving.
now.
Yeah, he doesn't want to hear about either one of those things.
She got all the endorsements.
Right. I'm sure everybody likes Mary Lou Retton. I'm sure Greg.
I'm going to ask him about
problem.
it, though. Greg, Mary Lou, comment.
She got the Wheaties box. They didn't give it to Louganis because the rumors were he was gay.
That's right. That's what she named her pussy. Hey, come on over and lick the Wheaties box. Oh, I'd love to. Don't mind if I do. Like at the end of Lethal Weapon. You want to shot at the title? Don't mind if I do. I'd step up to her pussy like Mr. Joshua about to fight Mel Gibson.
Mr. Joshua.
Yeah. Worst line in movie history is in Lethal Weapon. Where'd you get him? From, what did he say? From Psychos Are Us? Oh, boo! 80s line, boo! Terrible.
All right, it's not supposed to hold up. No.
Great movie, though.
She's married to former University of Texas quarterback and Houston real estate developer Shannon Kelly.
Cool. I knew there was a Longhorn connection in there.
I'll say.
How tall is he? Right, exactly. He makes up for it.
So Louganis has to sell his house, and this Mary Lou Retton is living in a fucking mega mansion.
Why did Greg get this financial mismanagement or whatever?
Yeah.
I don't know, because they protect the links so much I couldn't watch it.
Dude,
Opie got his link sent to him, and Roland tried to get me one, and I couldn't watch it.
Look, to the HBO people, we're going to go a little inside right now, but relax on your fucking protecting of the links.
I see.
We have to, not have to.
Of course.
We're interviewing Greg Louganis, and that's going to be hopefully some good radio. So they give you his documentary ahead of time. And then they're like, this link is, first of all, you got to register the link. You got to come up with a password and all this info. It's like, what am I going to do with the Greg Louganis HBO documentary? Going to go downtown and sell it on a sidewalk somewhere?
Screen it on the Great Lawn in Central Park.
I'm gonna sell it to people because they won't want to go home and watch it on HBO for free. They'd rather buy it from me. Stupid shit.
On the subway. I'm going to sell it on the subway.
Yo, man, that documentary's for free. Can I get a worse copy for money? Yeah.
And then the link, it's only available for 48 hours on the whatever. I think they gave it to me on Thursday, but now I want to watch it Sunday morning. I didn't know it was only available 48 hours. So it's like, this link is expired. I'm expired. So then I got to write the HBO people. Then they write me back and they'll go, well, we're looking into it. And then 2 hours later,
they don't believe you.
2 hours later, they go, we'll send you a new link in the next 2 or 3 hours. And so I write back in all caps. I'm like, we are interviewing Greg Louganis tomorrow morning. You might want to get this link to me. I'm trying to see, the project before he gets in here.
It's really fucking irritating.
Holy fuck.
And Roland tried to get me a new link last night. He was on the thing. I guess he was. I think he just fell asleep, but he was trying. He was trying. We were texting back and forth, and they just weren't. So it's like it hurts your projects. At least give us the link until after the guest. How about you set it up for a week or whatever, so it's after the guest, because this way we can watch what we got to watch.
Just give you full access anytime you want. All the talk show hosts get that. I'm sure all the talk show hosts have full access to watch anything they want.
Probably have an assistant who prints it out for them, who burns a copy. I mean,
yeah, whatever. It's just
I had a goddamn copy burned. I didn't think to do that.
HBO, just relax a little bit. Calm the fuck down.
You can ring my bell is in my head now, and I wish it wasn't. I really wish it wasn't.
You can play some metal, play some Ozzy to shake some Ozzy out of Norton.
Yeah, then I'll just fucking metal it up. Ring my fucking bell.
All right, here's the deal, Hughley stuff. This is why we want him calling the show today. So recently on Sway's show, Sway? That was right after our show. Yeah. Why couldn't he do it on our show?
I don't know. We didn't ask him, I guess.
Black thing.
Yeah, DL probably asked him. We're both black men. What do you think about Cosby? Well, it's funny. As a black man, I've been accused. I don't know. Sway's a good interviewer. He probably got it out of him.
So then maybe we don't even have to talk to DL if this is already out there.
Well, we can still talk to him. Talk to him. I mean, what the heck? Just because we didn't get it out of him? No, he's not to talk to. Contract, forget about you, Captain. My God.
And then DL had a video clip that went viral, and you see Jim Norton leaving the building in the background.
That's why it went viral.
Of course.
The only reason.
I was a star.
It's the only reason.
It's great. So DL shared a story about Bill Cosby to Sway. In 2009, I was working for Kiss FM, and he called in for an interview. He actively tried to get the show canceled. He hated the Def Jam stand-up comedy. He called in and about 10 minutes in was being a complete dick. So I said, Mr. Mr. Cosby, what is it you want us to know? He said, who is this? I said, D.L. Hughley. He said, you say the N-word, blah, blah. And I said, with all due respect, Mr. Cosby, when I say the N-word, no girl ends up with her underwear on backwards and drugged. 10 minutes later, the people from Kiss FM came down and took the tape and said, this will not air. And if it does, none of you will ever work in radio again. It didn't air, so I know he has the power.
Really?
Wow. Good for DL asking him.
Yes. And then he was also criticized last week for comments he made about Caitlyn Jenner. When TMZ asked him what he thought about Jenner receiving the Arthur Ashe Courage Award, he said, Ashe fought AIDS with dignity and honor, and Caitlyn Jenner put on a dress. I don't think that's the same thing.
DL said that.
Yes.
All right. That's funny.
When asked if he thought Jenner was beautiful, he said, in a Mrs. Doubtfire way.
He's a comic.
But
Exactly.
even if you're not a comic, you should be able to say that, Vic
absolutely.
Henley.
No, I agree.
All
But,
right?
sure, but especially if you're
Vic,
a comic.
you and your
Especially if
What's wrong with you and your censorship?
Yeah,
especially
Vic.
if you're a comic.
Censoring my freedom.
You should be able to say
Heckins.
you don't understand this shit.
No, absolutely. That's what. Right.
But everyone else, but you're supposed to say, "Oh, she's beautiful. It's the most amazing thing that has ever
No,
happened
you
to
got to say
human
this
society."
is fucking bizarre, and I can't either
You
not
should be
watch
able to
it
say
or watch
that.
it. Absolutely, that's my older brother was not being mean at all, and he's like, "I'm fucking like a car wreck. I don't know what to do. I'm fascinated and not. I don't care, but this is hilariously odd to me."
Bruce Jenner looks like every PE teacher I ever had. Good for D.L. Hughley.
Wow.
So he's calling in a little bit. We got Esther Koo coming in, and then
She bringing her ukulele?
maybe.
She plays the ukulele. I don't
Yeah,
know. if you know
we've
that.
had her.
We don't need to have her do music. We can just chat.
Yeah, we've had her sing a couple songs. Vic Henley. Maybe no ukulele this time.
I'm just saying, you know.
We've heard the
She
ukulele.
usually comes in with
We've
the
heard-
ukulele.
we've
I
heard
don't
the
know if
ukulele.
she's like,
Yeah.
We've heard the ukulele.
Vic doesn't know the terminology. What you say to somebody is, "So you've been uking?" That means they've been out gigging.
Right.
You've been
Okay,
uking?
been
Yeah,
uking.
uking up a storm.
Have you heard about the jihadi John guy?
Oh, yes, I have.
Wow.
Boy, he gives a heck of a shave.
He supposedly has left ISIS.
Yes, creative differences over the editing of the beheading. They edited him, and he's like, "I will not be edited." And they chopped him down for time.
He
They're
wants
like,
final cut.
Yeah,
He wants
they're like, the
final
advertisers are complaining. You can't use Ginsu anymore. They're going to sue us.
I believe they kicked him out because he used the N-word.
Yeah,
That's where it was.
I'm going to really nigger it up. You can't say that. Stop it. You can't say that. The advertisers are going to leave.
But, I mean, the headline is he fled. He fled ISIS. And basically, I believe, if I read the story correctly, he's worried about the drone attacks. He feels like the U.S. might have a little more of a handle on this whole thing, a little bit more. And also that there's jealousy within ISIS because he's getting all the attention. So he feels like maybe someone to make a name for themselves within the organization would try to take him out.
That's known as the Hollywood producer theory.
Yeah.
Also, somebody's always trying to get a gig.
And they would try to take him out. I mean, who knows? If they think there's a little too much heat, they may decide to cancel the kitchen.
Cancel the kitchen.
Yeah, sure.
And everyone knows Jihadi John is the one that's been, lopping the heads off, especially the Americans, the two.
Yes, well, more than that, I think. But he's called that because of his accent. He's British.
Yes.
Right.
And his real name is Mohammed Inwani or something. Can we check that last?
Wazi.
And Wazi.
Wow, that's pretty close. Good for Jim Norton.
Yeah, I was kind of perusing the old story, and I said, let me commit this to mem.
Don't say that.
Sometimes I like to commit things to mem. No, I got to save time.
Don't say that. Please don't say that.
Why? It's a good way to be chitting and chatting.
He was born in Kuwait.
Wow, who's that guy on TV? He's an ugly man. I'm sorry, that's a mirror. This guy, who is that ugly man?
The energy secretary. We have talked about how ugly he is over the years.
He's the ugliest, no gender identifiably features on his face creature I've ever seen in my life.
On how Iran deal blocks nuclear bomb.
Holy shit.
Kaboom.
He's awful. He looks like Trump fucked. Go boo.
I can't help you.
I
Sorry.
can't. No,
Yeah,
I know.
it's
It was
it's
a goddamn Alfred Hitchcock reference. Hitchcock fucked Trump,
There you
and
go.
they smashed James Traficante's wig on it.
Dr. Ernest Moniz.
I would have went with
also known as Ernie Cash. De Monet.
I think I would have went with. I think her name's Judy Mose. From CNN?
Jeannie Most.
Jeannie Most, yeah.
Oh, Jeannie
If
Most.
Donald Trump fucked Jeannie Most, that's the one I would have won.
That's pretty good.
Not bad, right?
I don't know who
like
Jeannie
it.
Most is.
Oh, you
I do,
know,
you
she
know.
does the fluff piece.
does the
right. She was married to the Happy Days guy.
Right.
Donnie Most.
Donnie Most.
Donnie Most would fuck her.
Ralph Mouth.
Yes, they knew she was married to someone else, and then they realized she came home with little red hairs in her teeth. And her husband said, "What have you been filleting the dentist's son again?"
The dentist's son.
Yeah, Jeannie Most. She. Oh, those pieces are terrific.
Yes, we're looking at her tits.
So, and Jihadi John, I guess, has joined a lesser group.
Yes, he went with a boutique terrorist organization. He felt he wasn't getting the attention from his agent that he should have. I just left my agency. I couldn't be happier.
Ooh, good for Jim Norton.
Yes.
I don't know why I'm saying Norton a lot today.
Because it's a fun name to say.
I think I was thinking of Ian Halpern because of the Bobby Christina story. Maybe we get him on the phone today.
Yes, he'll contribute nothing. Might as well.
I know, that's what I was thinking.
This is a very suspicious story. Thank you.
But Jihadi John is still in Syria with a lesser known group.
Yeah, they're looking at giving him his own talk show.
What is it?
A reality show.
If it's not full on jihad, what's the next level down?
I think he wanted to go become a solo artist.
Just like a ruckus?
Yeah, he wanted to go solo. He wanted to go do some unplugged action
Right.
for a while.
It's on his own. He's not plugging in.
He's 50 Cent too. Fucking guys paid $2 million more, $7 million
Total.
Fucking total, man.
So maybe that's real bankruptcy.
What a dumb move to put someone's fucking private sex tape online and think that it'll be okay because you got consent from the guy.
Mm-hmm. That's not a smart move.
No, he's a smart guy too. Like, why would you do that?
I think he's a smart guy.
Yeah.
Did he go through all his vitamin water money?
I was going to say, he had to have some of that left over. Surely to God.
He made a hell of a
Well, maybe
deal.
it wasn't. Maybe it wasn't all that much money. Like, I understand that if a certain person who maybe managed me went on years ago as a publicist and worked for Wayne Newton and said he's the highest paid man in Vegas. Just said it, and it became fact. Wasn't true.
Oh, wow.
But it was David Steinberg.
That's
Just
a
said
good
it.
strategy.
Good old David Steinberg.
Yep, just said it.
They're still with him.
Yeah, and Jonathan works with him.
You got a lot of people behind you. I get confused.
That's right.
a
All
whole
of them fucking me in the ass, too.
Entourage.
Hot car danger on Fox News right now.
Well, there's a tape of them breaking a window because there was a baby. Who leaves their baby in a hot car?
Doesn't
Throw 'em in
know
the trunk
that yet.
so no one can see. No one can meddle.
We're gonna put a thermometer in here and actually show you how hot it can get inside.
Well, they
the car.
did have some guy did a test. Some football player did a test to show you how bad it is for animals.
But of course it gets hot. Who doesn't know this shit?
Yeah, but why?
Right.
Let's see a temperature test. I like that they're doing it. Maria shows how hot it can get inside a car.
Oh, in 1 minute it's 90 degrees.
That's true.
Oh, boy.
That's true. And then they have the animal test where they put animals between her legs and we see how long it takes them to lose interest because it smells too bad due to the heat. Once it smells like dumpster with the garbage that leaks out of a garbage truck, they walk away. The only thing she can get is a roach. Once there's roaches on her fucking twat lips, like, it's time to fucking get out of the car.
It's time to bail.
Time to bail.
A car could heat up 20 degrees and just temp. Who doesn't know this?
I don't know.
I'll tell you one thing.
Stupid.
It's fine. Speaking paradoxically, I watched this special on Antarctica last night because I couldn't watch the Greg Louganis thing, and it was on Netflix.
I love that you're rubbing it in.
And
That's awesome.
It was about this guy from New Zealand. Because to get to Antarctica, you got to go through New Zealand, I believe, who lived there for a year. And then the winters, the very few people have done a lot of winters there. It's horrendous. But during the winter there, the storms, they get like these level 1 and 2, like hurricane type storms all the time. The fucking snow is blown with such force that, like, even the sleeping quarters, they had to leave because, like, you know, the little seal in the corner, the fucking wind blows the snow through that.
Come on.
And the room fills with snow anyway.
Wow.
They opened up, like, one of those snowcat things that you drive, and it was a perfectly formed, the snow had just packed it out because any little crack, 200-mile-an-hour winds will blow the snow into.
Wow.
So it's fucking, even a sealed chamber doesn't stop it.
Right.
10,000 people live there, I think, like year round.
No, it's 1,200 or 5,000 in the summer.
McMurdo Station is the place.
McMurdo's the
That's
U.S. one,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's where they're, right.
5,000, but there's only like 700 for the winter. And I don't know if that's McMurdo. That might be all of it because there's like 30 outposts in the entire continent, which is bigger than the United States. And some of them are together, like the New Zealand one and the United States one are relatively close. But then you'll see the dots, and there's one of them, like, just in the middle of Antarctica. Like, you're fucking...
Right.
Go check out the snowcat. You're not going anywhere.
Right.
You know what I mean? Check it out.
I had a friend of mine that he went there for 3 months and was taking ice core samples for a geological research thing, and he was on a snowmobile, and as far as you could go, and all he had to do was ride 400 meters at a time, put a pole 30 feet down in the thing, drive another 400. He spent 8 hours a day just as far as you could see, nothing.
Oh, there's nothing.
He had to have. They would have to come get him. He had a rendezvous point, and they would come pick him up in the snowcat. They would drop him off and then come pick him up like 30 miles
How the
away.
fuck did people do that without before GPS and all
Satellite phones,
right?
no communication.
That's why
Just amazing.
the Shackleton thing. The guy that got marooned there is one of the greatest. Kenneth Branagh did a movie about it, and he didn't make it. But he made it out and got back and rescued like 9 guys. He's the first guy. No, Shackleton did make it out and came back. He did make it. It's called Endurance.
I don't know this amazing story.
It's from like 1900 or something. He went there. There's the actual footage. They had a guy with a camera there shooting footage of it, and I went to the Metropolitan Museum here in New York in like 15 years ago and saw the actual 18 minutes of real footage that survived. But
can we see it? I'm sure
you can get it everywhere. It's called Endurance. The book's called Endurance. It's a famous thing. It's been in movies and specials.
How long was he there for?
Ernest Shackleton. The whole thing. He's gone like 2 years. The boat gets crushed by ice. They have to get out on foot, and then like 30 of them live on Antarctica for like 2 years before they finally decide, well, nobody's coming to get us. We might as well get in the boat and start sailing somewhere. Maybe somebody will pick us up. It's
why didn't they do that at the beginning?
It's what?
Why didn't they couldn't fix the boat?
There's the sailing ship they kept sailing closer and closer and closer to the point that they got surrounded by ice. It's winter time starts coming, and the ice goes in and crushes the ship, so they can't sail out.
Sure.
So how do they survive at that
They're
point?
killing, blubber and sea leopards and mammals.
But no, where do they live?
They they set up shop. They built like a goddamn camp and lived somewhere for. There's a picture.
Did they live on the ship?
No.
Because the ship got crushed.
The ship was getting crushed, so they salvaged everything they could from the ship.
So they grabbed whatever they could, and then
made
they made
some sleds, built a boat, went somewhere, set up a camp.
They built the boat out of the parts of the crushed boat?
Absolutely, yeah.
Oh, fuck, I got to check this out.
There's some footage right now. It's one of the greatest
It's
survival...
on YouTube, the footage.
It's one of the greatest survival stories of all time.
Dogs letting the dogs down.
It's from 1914.
There you go, right. It's one of the greatest survival stories of all time.
They have winter there, though. Our summers, their winter. So right now, they're approaching the coldest time of year, which is August. It's so cold there.
How cold is it?
Yeah, it's so cold. The woman walked outside, and her thermometer fell out of her cunt. That's Johnny Carson 2.0. No, they have 2 months without sunlight, so it's just brutal, pitch black, freezing weather. But even in the winter, like there's no planes or helicopters in the winter. They have them in the summer. It's cold there in the summer too. I'm sure.
You think you would be a little depressed?
6 months of winter, dude.
No sun for a couple months, and
Yeah.
a lot of snow. Would you be a little depressed? You think?
The emperor penguins are as tall as Mary Lou Retton, too.
Yeah.
Can you imagine just hanging out and all of a sudden you look around and here comes a fucking bird that's 5 feet tall?
Stupid. Are they that tall?
Oh yeah, they're about 4. They're tall as Mary Lou Retton.
They don't hurt you, right?
No, they won't do anything.
No, they just want to protect their stupid egg, and then they fuck up, and the egg goes rolling away, and then they just stare at it because they don't have hands.
The egg just goes on a roll, and it was a good song by Aerosmith.
A friend of mine was there
all night long.
A friend of mine went there and played cricket. They were playing cricket on the ice with a bunch of dudes.
He showed up at my comedy show.
With the penguin eggs?
And the penguins, 500 emperor penguins walked up because they thought the cricket ball was an egg, and they were trying to get the
survive?
egg. But the book's called Penguin Stop Play.
Evolution should have taken them out.
They're around. There's no predator.
Amazing.
There's no polar bears.
just
There's
gotta
no
hang out
predators.
on
There's polar bears, aren't there?
No, polar bears are north. Penguins
North
are south. Yeah, you don't.
How
get
come
the
there's no
same.
polar bears
They
there?
don't ever really. It's called.
Wait, they're North Antarctica?
No, penguins are in Antarctica. Polar bears are in the Arctica.
I guess the reason they don't is because penguins would have been extinct in 6 million BC. They would have, the fucking polar bears would have run through those little fat zilches quickly.
Yeah, like the jalapeno
They're all just
popper.
standing there. What? I bet you that Antarctica is a place of polar bear lore, and there's a place where they just stand there around their eggs like assholes. Oh, stop it!
They're 5 feet tall, plump birds.
They don't do anything.
standing. They just stand there.
What happens if you approach them? They huddle. They don't run. They can't fly.
No.
Oh, that's like their porn. They actually have other polar bears dressed like penguins standing there.
Ooh, with their little
their little fucking wings. All they can do is fan themselves.
Right. They can't.
How are they? 2 inches, 5 foot.
That dumb penguin movie when one of the eggs went rolling, they just look at it all sad
March of the
and
Penguins.
just watch it.
Yeah, they watch it.
They just watch it because they there's nothing they can do. March of the Penguins was a good movie.
It's a great movie.
I kind of like that dumb thing.
Morgan Freeman.
Endurance, Shackleton and the Antarctic, because people are asking about this. We'll put it up on our Facebook page, but it's actual footage.
Read the book.
1914.
Yeah, the book's amazing.
For them to live there in those, I mean, there's a fireman was being interviewed because he was there. He said it was like below 80, 80 below when they were doing their like photo shoot. Just the disgustingly cold temperatures.
Well, one of my favorite parts about this, they didn't know any better back in the time. So the warmest clothing back then was wool.
Oh,
so
God.
you don't want to get wool wet ever.
God.
And these jackets, they don't know any better. So they're all wearing.
How many
their,
ended up surviving?
I don't know.
Why can't you get wool wet?
Because it soaks. It's a cloth. It's a fiber. It never really dries out. It'll just stay damp and cold on you forever.
It doesn't dry out if the sun can't heat things up.
So, yeah,
it's just freezing.
But
Can you imagine having wool underwear on in fucking Antarctica and you see someone spills their coffee on you? You're like, oh, you cunt!
But I think like
you did not. Your coffee on me.
Cunt.
I think 39 or 40. Most of them, I believe, survived. It was one of those where it just.
That's pretty cool.
God,
No,
I think
it's a great story.
You just turned me on to something.
The will to survive. That will.
Kenneth Branagh did. There was like a 2-part made for A&E movie, theatrical version of the whole thing.
I don't go
No, don't do that. No,
I'd rather
don't
read
do
the
that.
book and look at
read
some
the book.
YouTube footage.
I'll give you my copy of the book. Just read the book. The book's it's like 200 pages.
A
It's an easy
dog-eared
read.
copy, Vic.
It's
You've been through it so many times.
I've made some notes in it. You'll be able to just read the margins.
Your bourbon-soaked copy. Thank you.
Vodka.
I'll throw it on the fire when I need a little
absolutely
little help with my
better
fire.
than Sterno.
Yes.
Hey, come on now. Don't talk about his show. He's not bothering us. We're not bothering him.
If anyone wants to see the footage you were just talking about, it's on our on the Opie and Jim Twitter account right now. So
nice.
You can follow along right now.
Yeah, there's links to it, right?
Yep.
All right. Good.
It's a great story. It's really cool.
No, man, you just turned us on to it. That's great. We got the Cosby thing. We got 35 of Bill Cosby's accusers. They agree to be photographed and interviewed for the cover of their new issue.
Magazine, yeah, man.
Daily News. What's the headline today? I don't have
America's
it in front of me.
Rapist.
America's
Right.
Rapist, and they're showing a.
Oh man! Oh wow!
They're
There's
showing
a cover
the
in New
cover.
York. Wow, New York Magazine. There you go. That's good.
And I guarantee there are some that will A, never come out, B, how many have died? How many old ladies are dead? I mean, there could be at least like 10 more from back then that are dead.
And there's a possibility that a couple of these broads squeezed themselves into the story.
Without a doubt.
Possible,
There could be a
yeah.
couple of
Possibly.
shoehorning
I'm just
lies.
saying,
Of course, it's
possibly, but in general, generally speaking, boy, do these women have a tale to tell.
I would bet there's a percentage of them, I don't know what the percentage is, that fucked him and were manipulated, and were like, high, but absolutely knew what they were doing and absolutely were volunteers and not victims, but now are kind of repainting the story. I'm sure that there's all of that, but I think the majority of them are probably telling the truth.
Yeah, I think so too. I think overwhelming majority.
The ones that go for the hustler spread probably are. That's who. When you get girls that were fucked by Cosby, the issue, then that's.
Well, they can't because they're all old. So many old ones, man.
Hustler would still do that issue.
Oh, of course
Larry
they would.
Flint.
Man,
I love Larry.
So
We always show younger women. Why can't we show them? Good enough for cars, man. Good enough for us.
So here's a weird question. How does this
Hold on, I'm not fair. Goddamn Staggle brothers. I want to see them naked.
What?
He wants to see you naked. Larry Flint wants to see you naked.
Where does this end? Like, does he get sued and lose all of his money? Does he go to jail? Like, what? How does this?
I put all the old ladies into my magazine, and everybody goes, "Who fuck them?" And I see them. And I paint bloody vaginas on them. I paint him eating a watermelon, and I put bloody vaginas on the women. And I say rapist, black rapist, and he's eating a watermelon. I do that to incite people.
I don't.
And then Theo Huxtable comes in with a ski mask, because he's a rapist, too. They're all rapists. They're all raping the women. I can't feel my feet. Am I wearing shoes? One of these goddamn things on my shoes are wooden like Dutch boy shoes.
I know. You hardly see him commit to something.
Jimmy commits.
No,
Jimmy commits.
I was being sarcastic.
Okay, sorry.
I was being
Sorry.
Althea! God damn it, the fucking water's coming out of the tub. Althea! Oh, yeah, you've got AIDS. I forgot. Sometimes you lose control of the tub controllers.
Am I wearing shoes? It was like the best joke.
Thank you very much, Justice Stengel. You and I have a lot in common.
I think it's my asthma inhaler. I was laughing so hard.
You're like me with more mobility.
Oh my God.
I had better hair.
You certainly do have better hair. Mine was shot off. Yes, I sound like Larry Flint Checkler. I'm aware of that.
I'm aware.
Come to Larry's Prestige Show Emporium.
Did you just break out an asthma inhaler? We have a reputation over here. Don't break that out live on the radio.
I'd love to get you drunk and replace that with a handgun.
He made me laugh so hard. I had asthma.
I know. I'm going to keep going and then hide that thing and watch you crawl around and die like an animal. Then I'm going to film it and put it in my magazine. Dead man being fucked by black man with watermelon and women with 20 vaginas and pipes on their head for rape reference. Gonna make it as visibly unpleasant as possible. Gloria Steinem licks pussy. Evangelical people, I like to paint them fucking red vaginas. Oh, God. Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, my ribs hurt.
Oh, so do mine, I've heard. But I can't feel them. My ribs are there.
You're welcome. I brought that up. All I said was Larry Flint.
Yeah, we're on the show.
All I said was Larry Flint.
Cosby holding a watermelon, raping a woman with a pipe, and then Hulk Hogan comes in, and we're going to put a little thing that says nigger on it. We're going to sell that as pornography. You can masturbate to it. We're not going to call him Hulk Hogan. We're going to call him Hulk Hogan so we don't get sued. He's going to be wearing a yellow bandana.
Oh, my God.
Holy fuck.
My eye hurts from laughing so hard.
God, I wish my fist was in it.
Larry Flint doesn't like you, Justin.
No, Larry Flint.
He doesn't like
He
you.
reminds me of myself when I was young with a Herb Tarlick hairdo. Before I got shot for speaking up for free speech and pornography. Goddamn Reggie Jackson, boy, those blacks sure like to curse autograph seekers. Hulk Hogan said, I hear you, brother. I'm going to keep referencing Hulk Hogan because he said nigger. It's very compelling. Very compelling. Reggie yelled at autographs. I'm going to have Reggie raping a woman with Bill Cosby and a watermelon and bloody vaginas and then Gloria Allred licking it.
Reggie, yeah, he yelled because the guy came back for a second autograph.
He got back in line again.
Reggie should appreciate that people want a second autograph.
I'm going to have a woman taking big shits, and they're going to represent his candy bars, and we're all going to eat them. Reggie! Those candy bars, they were goddamn good. Nougat and nuts.
Reggie
oh,
bar.
for Pete's sake, I love the Reggie bar.
You can't get them anywhere anymore.
No.
Fuck. Well, we should go home now. I mean,
Yeah,
it's not going to get better than that.
Jimmy definitely should go home. He's done his job for today.
This is just what they pay me for, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not doing anything special, just collecting a check.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my eyeball hurts.
Well, we can break.
Oh, God.
Is it time for a break?
Yeah, let's break.
I'd love to eat a banana.
Let's say Jim Norton's got a lot of dates.
Yes, I do. And all of them are for money. I pay for women. Prostitution should be legal. Why am I being Larry and saying Jim Norton's actual philosophy?
JimNorton.com for all the dates. Houston.
Yeah, Houston,
and
Dallas coming up in
Dallas.
August. And
Caroline's here in Manhattan.
What else do I have? I have fucking a couple of oddball dates. I got Tampa's not on sale. I got Cobb's in San Francisco. I got a shitload. I'm coming back to Washington D.C.
And your special is on Netflix.
Yes, it's getting good reviews, and people have been very kind on Twitter. So a couple were not, but the majority were, and I'm very happy you enjoyed it. I felt great about it.
Yeah, there's some good stuff.
Thank you very much, Vic.
No, it's good stuff.
And I love the new stuff I'm doing too, and we all say that, but I really feel good about it. I'm in Charlotte in November. Holy shit, there's a lot of dates.
Wow, look at all those dates.
That's right.
You really want to buy a place.
You bet I do. Now I'm going to mime cocksucking on the break with my banana.
Oh, all right then. Who we haven't seen in a little while.
Well, you know,
he's back now for a while.
I went out to America and made money and then came home. So.
And now you could just relax?
I'm doing nothing until middle of October. I'm just working in New York City. I'm doing my favorite thing in the world. I'm going to go to the Comedy Cellar. I'm going to go to the Comic Strip. I'm going to go Gotham, Caroline's.
Late summer in the city is cool.
You know, it's my favorite time.
I'll tell you why it's cool, because this place empties out.
That's why, exactly.
August, it empties out. You could actually go to restaurants.
No, I know, right.
You know, you're not going to, bump into people on the sidewalk. You get some room finally.
Central Park this afternoon, I will feel like I'm the only person there. Literally on a Monday afternoon, you walk around, late July, August, there's hardly anybody there. On the weekend, it's a mob scene, but during the week, it's crazy good.
Shepherd Meadow?
Sheep's Meadow, yeah, absolutely.
Sheep's Meadow?
Sheep's Meadow, where I saw one of my favorite memories ever, a Polish family with like a 7-year-old little girl, and the little girl had a full-on penthouse, centerfold, unfolded, looking at it.
In front of her family?
In front of her mom and dad.
And they didn't care.
They didn't care at all. And I tried to get my phone around, and when they saw me trying to take the picture, they made her stop looking at it. But they were a big old heavy-set Eastern European dude eating what looked like a baguette. Dude was dumping in a jar of mayonnaise and just gnawing on it with his big heavy-set...
Typical Polish people. Eat a baguette while your daughter peruses pornography.
I wanted it in black and white. I really wanted to get it, and then they caught me trying to take the picture.
That Sheep Meadow is terrific.
It's a great spot.
You see the boobies yet?
Oh yeah.
Every once in a while, they get the brave ones. They go, "Fuck this, man! It's my right to be topless."
I love it.
Wow. Okay, it's my right to be a creep. Exactly. And then they get mad. It's like, really?
Now,
what do you expect a guy to do if he sees someone topless nearby?
Exactly.
You're going to take a peek.
You straddle them and put your dick between them. How strong do you think I am?
Last year,
then they look at you like, "How dare you?"
Last year, I heard these women making a ruckus, and because the cop walked over to him, and I walked over after he was finished talking to him. They were cops from Manchester, England.
Oh, really?
The lady got her boobs out, and she goes, and he was like, "Hey, I don't know where you're from." She was like, "I'm from somewhere where I can get my titties out anytime I want."
They only arrest the good ones.
Those were
anyone
really
else
nice.
notice that?
They won't arrest you now at all. Right. You're allowed to now. It's totally legal.
But they only harass the ones with the good ones because they know that they're driving people nuts.
You can stand in Times Square topless right now if you want to.
Well,
as a woman.
Sandy Kane, pretty much does.
Right.
Well, she's making money. If you're making money, it's a different technicality.
The biggest thing in Times Square right now is they doing the booby body paint.
Oh God!
And they're making so much fucking money. They paint the boobs. That's all they got.
Right.
They're not even going pasties anymore.
No, I know, right.
And little kids are like checking it out, and they're making money, man.
The Naked Cowboy should go that route.
They're making a lot of fucking
just
money.
Go ahead and paint the dick on.
That's the only reason to go to Times Square. You'll see these girls. They're beautiful, and they're getting their boobs body painted. And they start with nothing.
It's family friendly.
And then they slowly, do the whole painting right in front of everybody.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, man.
I've got to get downtown more often.
Oh, yeah. Times Square?
You don't have to get downtown more often.
Downtown, you're a block away right now.
I know.
Go out right now, and it's probably left. Being done. And turn left, right. Where's Esther Koo? Is she here yet?
Not till 9:30.
Oh, I have 9 o'clock on my sheet.
Maybe you're right.
And then we got Greg Louganis coming in about a half hour or so.
Speaking of the co-op board, I was thinking this before. I want to Google myself and see how far down would there be a problem. Like if they Googled me, if the co-op board said, "Well, this guy Jim Norton,
I got
a performer,"
right. Sure.
Let's see what my Google results are. You probably have to Google them in quotes.
Well, let's see what happens here. Right, Jim Norton, official home. That's good. Of comedian Jim Norton.
That's fine.
A Wikipedia page that could have some dicey stuff on it.
Oh, okay.
Jim Norton, Trevor Noah isn't the problem. You are. From
Time Magazine. Okay, that's pretty good. IMDb.
That's all right.
Facebook, The Jim Norton Show on Vice. Okay, that's not going to get me in trouble. Wait. Comedian Jim Norton speaks candidly about learning to.
Sorry. I need. learning to what? Learning to detox from his sex addiction.
All right, there you go.
All right, thanks.
That one?
Yeah, well.
That's
You think that would do it?
Yes, it would.
Right there.
We don't want a dirty bird living in this area. That's all we need is him running up and down the hallways, raping all the children, pulling his you-know-what out and showing everyone.
That would be HuffPo.
We don't need that dirty bird running around the hallways here. Let's get some people in here who don't make love to different people of questionable gender.
Of questionable gender.
You can thank HuffPo for that. And then there's a picture of Louie from Lucky Louie. Man,
Oh, I don't like him either. He uses the dirty C word.
Louie looks a little creepy when he's thin.
Yeah, he looks
Skinny.
creepy when he's heavy.
Skinny
I think
Louie.
He's a creep.
I think he looks better heavy.
He looks like shit either way.
He looks better heavy.
What is he? He's a 4 or a 3.
I'm with Norton, right?
Yeah.
2 points. Yes, I'm with Norton on this totally.
But there's a creepiness to him when he's thin, I think.
Well, that's because he's creepy. He pointed that out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the mayor of Creep City, if that's a place. So what are they selling, Justin, on SiriusXM.com?
Opie radio hats.
Opie Radio.
That's stupid.
I believe. No coffee mugs? We can't
I
get
wanna
a coffee
see these
mug?
hats.
I want
Here.
a coffee mug.
They couldn't be...
There it
makes
is
a great
right there.
target.
Opie radio. Exactly.
$9.99.
Aim for the head and the groin.
I have nothing to do with the hats on the SiriusXM website. I guess every channel or whatever, you could buy their hat.
It looks like it. It looks like a lot of every head needs a hat. Got a favorite channel? Show the world what kind of Sirius XM listener you are.
Oh, man.
Let's pause here.
Yeah.
Show the world what kind of Sirius XM listener you... What dumb motherfucker thought that's a good thing to say when you're selling a product? I want to show the world what type of Sirius XM listener I... What are you talking about? People aren't proud to belong to this platform. They listen to it like the fucking Christians in 10 AD. They're in caves with little fucking fish painted on them.
You should wear the Spectrum. That would be the hat to show the world what you're all about,
Spectrum.
right?
Spectrum.
The Spectrum.
Esther Koo is here.
We'll just bring her in. Tell Roland
It's
to
not up
stop
to
out there
me.
trying to get fucking...
He's flirting.
No, yeah,
Come on,
exactly. That's
Roland.
exactly what
Is
he's
she wearing
doing.
a half shirt today?
Yeah,
I hope
she's
so.
always
My
halfway
God.
naked.
Hope it's over.
Are you wearing a half shirt
Yes.
today?
She is, totally.
Holy fuck.
With
this
fringe.
Esther
Hi,
Koo.
Esther.
With fringy stuff on
Oh,
it.
well, the belly's showing. What
I
is
know.
going on with this
Everything.
Esther Koo? My God. Good morning, Esther Koo. We were just talking about one of your favorite places, Sheep Meadow.
You were?
Yeah, because...
It's raining today.
Is it raining right
it's
now?
funny, I didn't bring my umbrella.
Let's go.
I don't mean to bum everybody out, but
we
got my umbrella, Esther.
Yeah, that's a very nice belly you got
Yeah,
going on
it's like
there.
a Hulk Hogan tribute shirt. I like that.
Yeah, why don't you wear your Hulk Hogan tribute shirt?
I was actually doing my Hulk Hogan tribute dialogue, so you get it because he said
He said bad things.
yes, he did.
Vic Henley was talking about the time this Polish family was hanging out, and a 7-year-old was looking at the centerfold of one of those nudie magazines.
Penthouse magazine,
Yes.
one of my favorite Sheep's Meadow moments. I just glanced over and there was like a little 7-year-old girl unfolding it all out and like really examining it. And,
Oh, my God.
And the minute I tried to get the phone on her parents saw it and stopped the whole thing.
Yeah, as parents will when some fucking creep with white hair tries to videotape their daughter. They're not looking at it like, oh, look, a moment of irony. Let's let him get it.
What is your craziest Sheep Meadow moment? There's a lot of cool stuff that happens in that damn area.
Yeah.
We were talking about the topless girls, and then they get mad if you take a peek. They get mad at you.
The topless girls who are like topless on purpose or just sunbathing? Because now there's topless girls in Times Square.
Oh, I know. Yeah, we were talking about that as well.
These sunbathers, I think he means.
Yeah.
No, the sunbathers. You got these secretaries. I believe they're secretaries. They go to Sheep Meadow for their lunch, and they strip down to their bra and panties to get a little sun because they didn't go
Like
to...
hot secretaries?
Yeah, hot secretaries.
Yeah.
totally.
How do you know they're secretaries?
I'm just being a dick.
I asked each and every one of them.
What do you do for a living?
Yes,
They bring their
exactly.
typewriters
That's right.
with them on their blankets.
I'm just
and
being a dick.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I've got a clipboard.
You're such a dick.
The female office worker will go, and she purposely leaves her bikini at home because she knows it's even sexier to just be laying there in a bra and panties.
That's right, so she can go back to work with her hot, sweaty tits. Put them back in her bra and feel all uncomfortable. Oh, my tits are sweaty. Why'd I do that?
They're itching from the sweat.
Yeah, the fucking...
And
my
the bug
tits-
bites.
Yeah, bug bites and
Because
sweat.
they don't even have anything to lay on. Just laying in the grass.
I kind of like it though.
Right.
I haven't seen any topless women. I've gone down by where we live. There's that little park area. I've seen a lot of sunbathers and stuff, but nobody topless.
No, it's not it's rare, but
They're bottomless too.
Bottomless.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen that. I have not seen that.
In the meadow.
No,
Wow.
come on.
I mean, they have like a little thong on or something.
They're on their hands and knees too. It's a really weird way to sunbathe. They're trying. They have that dark
That's what
asshole,
I'm
so they're
saying,
trying
right.
to
They're trying to get that rare taint tan. It's a taint tan. It's
really hard. There's a fine line between tanning and burning. The space between your dick and balls. Asshole.
What about the homeless guys with their dirty water, and then they get mad at you because you're not buying water from them?
They
You
don't
get that?
They don't get mad at me.
Oh, good.
No one's gonna get
Well,
mad at us.
they get mad. They don't yell at you, do they?
Not yell, but they get a little aggressive if you don't buy their water. They roll their water
But it's the
thing
best
through.
water in New York City
That's
from
what
the
they.
meadow.
That's what they say. They got the best water going. Even though it's a Poland Springs bottle, I don't know how you can.
They
Yeah,
got
you
it.
open your water's better than anyone else's.
How come I didn't feel the click like I normally do when I open this with a seal? Why is it? There's no click at all. Why did this open just so smoothly and easily? And there's a cigarette butt in my water.
Esther Koo, what's going on?
Wait, I got you something, Opie.
For real?
Oh, she's coming
Oh,
bearing
that
gifts.
can't be good.
And she leaned
Why
over.
is that bad?
I don't know.
What did you get, Opie?
She's reaching in the
I'm
bag.
scared.
You're gonna like it.
Oh, okay.
It's not a dildo or anything. God.
Then he's not going to like it.
She brought you chocolate. It looks like.
No, you fucking rule.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It's AZT.
No kidding. Wow, some 420 bars. You didn't forget.
Yeah.
Oh, how much of this do you do though?
You do the whole thing.
Yeah, eat the whole candy
Yes,
Come
those
on.
are really little. Like
They're small bars, but why
they're
don't we do some now?
really.
You should have
No
came in
way.
earlier. I
Take a
would've.
bite, Opie. Go ahead.
It's too late now.
Oh, come on. It'd be fun. You take a
Yeah,
bite.
it's not
a
too late.
bite.
It's not too late. It'll enter your bloodstream and
You
you'll
don't-
start feeling great and you'll start like
You don't do this whole bar,
humping
do
the
you?
microphone.
Now, how much honestly should you do? You can't do the whole bar.
Yeah, you could do the whole bar.
No, I'm a fucking lightweight.
Okay, I'll do the whole bar. You take
Be
take a
honest.
couple squares.
So how many squares are
That's what we are.
You take like
There's like 4 squares in here.
Hey, you say that again.
5.
you take.
I will ask my pal Troy Kwan.
Okay,
Yeah, let's
well,
get Troy.
start out
'Cause I don't
with
trust
one.
you.
Start out with one square.
I do like your gift though.
You know,
One
Yeah,
square.
that's a great gift.
start off with Vic. Do you
Yeah, I
dabble?
would eat the whole thing.
Oh,
probably.
okay. Give
10
one to Vic.
milligrams of THC.
So give one to Vic so I can go to his barbecue
So you've heard. You
When
were
do you
listening.
leave? When are you leaving?
Thank you.
today.
Yeah, she only jets
We
in
have
and
to have
jets
one
out.
today.
She jets in and jets out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Esther really looks like a billionaire. She just
She does.
flies in, she does an event, and she zips back out.
she lives in one of those island communities outside of Miami or something, don't you?
How do you know?
Because I've seen the website.
What
What website?
what were you doing in town?
I'm just going to a friend's wedding.
That's it.
Yeah.
How was it?
And I was like, I'm going to come see you guys.
I appreciate it. What kind of wedding was it? A good one? Be honest.
It was
Most
super,
weddings suck.
It was super like low maintenance. There were no flowers there even.
All right.
Yeah, I was like,
Just
she's
420
like,
bars?
she's yeah, exactly.
Just 420 bars?
Just
That was
like
the wedding
marijuana
bouquet?
plants. But did you eat a bar?
No. It's too late now.
Where was the wedding?
I got shit to do. But
Where was the wedding?
No, but then you'll do it better.
Well, I'll think about it.
Where was the wedding?
9:19. We have an
Wow.
hour to go.
Jimmy wants this.
Yeah.
God, why not? Well, you won't, because it won't
The
fuck you
last
up.
the last minute, you'll be like super happy.
Yeah. That was it for the wedding. Wedding hall, outside wedding.
Connecticut wedding.
Whoa,
Yeah, man.
talking some money,
Right?
right?
I know.
Connecticut seems to be a
Connecticut
very.
people are like, they're just living in a different world.
We're in Connecticut.
You know, Mystic, Connecticut.
Mystic,
nice.
Connecticut.
There you go.
That's a good wedding.
I used to go to Mystic Seaport when I was a kid. We would
Yeah,
take
that's
trips
where
up.
it was.
And it was nice when I remember. I mean, it's been so many years since I've been there. But I wanted, like, I took a day trip with my friend Heather. I want to take another day trip to a place like that, just like an overnight and just to do something fun.
I went to Mystic, Connecticut, and I said to myself, for real, I was by myself. I'm like, all right, let me see what this shit is all about. And then it turns out I was in the wrong area of Mystic because I had a horrible experience. I'm like, this sucks. Why would people go? It was just a basic Main Street area. And then they said, no, you got to go to the other part of Mystic. I didn't know.
Oh,
And that's where it's cool, I guess.
right. You missed the whole
And I
thing.
couldn't find the pizza place that they talk about.
What's wrong with you?
I don't know, but
This was like 10 or 12.
He didn't eat the pot bar.
Exactly.
Mystic Pizza? You don't know about that? A whole movie was made about
No,
it?
there's one that
that's
Roland
right.
talks about in Connecticut, but it's not there.
Yeah, I don't.
Julie Roberts.
I missed out on the whole experience, is what I'm getting at, because I didn't know what the fuck I was doing.
Well, Pastor Esther Koo went to the Rice Pot in Mystic, and was there like was there swag? Was there a gift for the wedding? Was everybody get
No,
like
they said in lieu of a gift, we made a donation to
no
a
gifts?
charity.
How
Wow,
lousy.
no flowers, no
I
gifts,
know.
no
I was
flowers.
like, how do we know they made that donation?
Exactly. What do I care what some guy
Right?
with cancer
Ew.
gets?
Like,
Where's
I
my
wanna
gift? He's spoiled already.
That sounds
Yeah,
awful.
I know. I'm like,
I like doing stuff for charity, but
but
ew.
like, yeah, I know.
Don't
How many
volunteer
people?
me by donating something
Right.
in my name. That doesn't count.
How many people? Was it 100 people?
Yeah, about 100
And
people.
what was the charity? You don't remember?
St. Jude's Hospital, maybe?
All right, it's
Cancer
good
kids.
organization. You can't
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
mock
bunch of
that.
fakers.
But I mean, like a party
Perpetuating.
favor, you could just make your own party favors at like Michael's, you know? Like you don't need to,
Right.
you
Spend a
know,
lot of money.
try to like save money by not doing party favors.
Did you go on one of these little boat rides I see on their website?
No,
No.
What'd you do?
because I got there like I should have gotten there a day before, but I
Yeah.
didn't.
You didn't go to the aquarium? None of this stuff?
No.
Did you get a spa treatment?
Wow, I feel like I should have done more. You know, because like
You could have went to a little farm and
you know
petted
we drive
things.
everywhere, you know, as
Yeah.
comedians. So it's just like I was just like I'll just drive and get there when it starts, and not do extra stuff. You know what I mean?
You guys,
Because we're in like cool cities all the time.
but I've learned over the years that most of you guys don't go out and explore.
I explore restaurants.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
your thing?
Yeah, I threw out need
You
to.
know, like I like to look up good restaurants and like
Like
jerk off to it on
Applebee's.
Yelp. You know, like see like a really good like eggs Benedict and start like
That's what I do.
fantasizing about it before I get there. You know,
But you don't wander around.
sometimes,
But yeah.
or I'll like work out or something.
I always thought it would be
You know?
cool to be like a road comic, just checking out these different cities. But I guess after a while, you've seen it, and
Yeah.
now it's just a gig.
And you get the show that night, too. So,
Yeah, I never did it forever, and then just started doing it about 5 years ago. After going everywhere like 50 times and not walking 5 feet out the door and seeing where Lincoln was shot or
Right.
something, I figured, so I just started doing it, but I didn't do it forever. But it is kind of cool. I agree with you. You can see America's wonderful.
It is cool. I went to a blind museum in Atlanta one time.
There you go. How'd you know you were there?
It's like a museum where they simulate you being blind, and so you wear something over your eyes, and they lead you through this thing, and then
And you get hit by a car.
they put sounds on as if you're like crossing the street, and you hear people, you know, like what it would
that'd
be
be
like if
creepy.
you were blind.
Right.
And then at the end of the tour, the lady, you take off your blindfold, and the whole time we're like, oh my God, it would suck to be blind. Like this, you know, like good thing I'm not blind. And we're all making like comments like that. And then at the end of the tour, the lady says, you know, my name is Sharon or whatever. I've been blind for 24 years. And we're just like, holy shit, we should have never said anything. You know, they make you feel like shit.
You're just
No, but-
bad-mouthing her right in front of her face.
Yes.
Yeah,
And she
God
can't even
almighty.
see us.
Oh, that's not good.
Blind people should be killed.
Oh, God, that's a mistake on her part, I think.
Yeah.
That's
on the
intentional.
whole.
Got to think that people are going to talk shit.
No, it's intentional. I guarantee you.
It is totally
it's
intentional.
Probably for her next art
completely-
project.
Absolutely. It's
She's
totally
collecting all you,
right.
all the
Sadness.
horrible things you
All
horrible
sadness.
human beings said.
She probably likes being spanked, too, and having her nipples played with hard. She likes pain.
And that's it. It just came in for a wedding and then back to L.A.
Yeah.
You going to L.A. or back to Miami?
So I'm going to LA Wednesday.
I was looking at, I think your Instagram's great. You got good pictures on there, but there's, shit, I got to remember what I saw.
Why are you going to
LA?
LA?
About it.
Doing shows.
Okay.
Yeah.
Being
I
a
haven't
big
gone in a
star.
while.
LA this time of year, is it good?
Wow, lawmakers push to cut $500 million in funding for Planned Parenthood because of that video. Now again, lawmakers could just be the ones who are pro-life anyway.
Right. That's a biggie.
That's just the headline. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. But that woman really
Wow.
fucked up. She seems like a real cunt anyway.
Do we know
Tweety
more
bird
about
head.
this video?
Tweety bird head.
Yeah, she was just being really glib and shitty about
Tweety bird.
selling body parts. It's fucking. And I'm pro-choice, but her you know what it is?
Yeah.
It's her fucking dumb teeth that bother you. Her fucking. She looks like Chip. Her fucking Chip Chipperson teeth are enraging.
Tweety Bird
And her
head.
cotton candy hair doesn't help the
Tweety Bird
situation.
head.
Yes, and Robert Reed at the end of his life hairdo, Rand Paul, fucking chiming in.
Robert Reed.
Doesn't he have
end of
those
his
last
life.
few
That
years?
is completely Robert Reed end of his life hairdo.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Great.
Rand Paul.
So the pro-life.
Wow, what is Planned Parenthood gonna do now? Shit.
Yeah.
That's
They're
not
fun.
good.
They're gonna close down.
Yeah,
they
they're gonna
have
merge with
they have
Hoover.
like a lot of locations.
Dyson. They're in talks with the people from Dyson.
Hey, listen, we got the president of Dirt Devil coming in.
That's a big story. Just hitting. We talked about everything. What are you all about, Esther Koo, as far as the news goes? We got the Cosby thing. We got Hulk Hogan saying.
Yes.
We didn't talk about Reggie much. A little. We just only talked about him a little. He apologized.
He did apologize. Well, the only reason he apologized because a video popped up, right?
Yeah.
Hall of Famer Reggie Jackson was mad and was cursing out some kid. Was it a kid?
I don't know if it was a kid or a guy. Probably a guy.
Do we have the clip?
I understand being mad, but it's like, A, the fan was probably being really annoying, like coming back around, but B, it's like you are in Cooperstown for the Hall of Fame induction. You got to expect people to bother you for autographs.
I went to a basketball camp with Pistol Pete Maravich. I kept getting online for autographs.
Sure, why wouldn't you?
I left that camp with at least 10.
No, why
This
wouldn't
wasn't
you?
this
Why
wasn't an
wouldn't
autograph
you?
signing.
Huh?
No, I know. This was a restaurant.
Yeah, he was at dinner.
Yeah, no.
Oh, he was at
But
dinner.
Tim's coming out, though.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, in Cooperstown that time of year, you know people are
But he's
gonna
also doing signings.
Yeah, that's true.
So to come back twice.
But if you
And
go
you're
to
also doing
First time was
signing.
on the golf course, he got him.
and if you go to a signing, do you have to pay for the autograph? Is that?
Oh, yeah.
Go to a
Sometimes.
signing?
All right, yeah.
Most-
So
most
this guy's
times,
going, oh my
especially
God,
there.
here he is in the restaurant. I could get my autograph for free.
Well, he
Yeah,
also
might
got
as well
him-
try
Yeah,
to get
he
a
did.
second one.
He also got him on the golf course, I believe.
Really?
The guy's just following him around. I get why Reggie would be so annoyed at that.
yeah.
But Reggie's voice was weird. Who did he say? He sounded like Howard or he sounded like somebody. Listen, we hear the audio if it's not beeped.
Yeah, we'll try to find it. It's Cooperstown that time of year, huh?
I've never been there for the old induction.
I went so long ago.
Yeah, I went ages ago too.
Oh my God,
that was one of those.
I was just a kid.
No, I was one of those things where I was finally doing stand. I'm like, oh, I'll go see this. I'm in
I
town.
remember it was cool as hell.
Where's how
Really
far is it?
cool.
All the Hall of Fames are good.
pretty far.
Every one of them, I've been to all the Hall of
6
Fames
or
are all
7
great.
hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty far up there.
Now the
I
Hockey Hall of
went
Fame
8
in
years
Canada,
ago.
the football, I've been all the Hall of Fames are great. Yeah, really cool. Bowling.
Well, the basketball one is
It's a long, thin room.
Where's the Bowling Hall of Fame?
Exactly.
It's Toledo, Ohio.
Yes.
For real?
I'm guessing
What
off the
the-
top of my
all
head.
the alcoholics
off the
are
top
in
of my
the
head. Off the top of my head. Let's see if I'm right. I'm guessing somewhere in Ohio.
No, I'm going to
going
guess somewhere in California.
I'm going Toledo, Ohio.
California.
California now.
You know.
Yes. Sunnyvale, California.
That's what you're going with.
Omaha, Nebraska.
I know.
All right, Omaha,
Toledo,
Sunnyvale,
Ohio.
and Toledo. Let's see, where is it?
Bowling,
Bowling Hall
Arlington,
of Fame.
Texas.
Everybody's wrong.
Where all the fat people live.
Yes.
That makes sense.
That'd be Green Bay, Wisconsin, if that was true.
Here's the Reggie
Fat people.
video.
Here's Reggie, world star.
Yes.
Hope it's not edited on the Daily News. They edited these assholes.
I signed for one guy and he ran to the end of the f***ing line.
I ruined it.
That's f***ed up.
I agree.
I don't want to deal with it.
I totally agree.
Now it's time for me to eat dinner with people I don't see but once a f***ing year for 20 years.
Who's he sound
And I
like?
gotta
Al
f***ing
Michaels
listen.
a little bit?
Yep.
It's
There you
dirty.
go.
It feels like it really does. Stand in f***ing line tomorrow and pay like every f***ing one else. Well, you guys disperse the mother. Tell them to get the f*** away from me. Reggie, they all got Bull.
Leave Cooperstown, guys.
I need to have a fucking bodyguard and keep the f*** away.
Well, this guy in the white is weak. Bodyguard's weak.
The guy said this bodyguard's weak, and the bodyguard got in his face. What a douche. Fucking bodyguards. He wasn't even near Reggie.
Whoa, wait. Bumped him. Wait, no, wait. Hey! Hey!
It's just. Oh my God, it's Thurman Munson.
Take it easy. He's a bitch. He's a safe at home. Come outside, safe at home. Alright, it's on video. Safe at home. I got everything on video, buddy.
Take that video, you pee, Reggie!
Yeah, you grabbed me by the throat.
Where's the uncensored version? I hate all these beats.
Ridiculous. But you're on the internet.
Come on.
Exactly, you're
Right. If
competing
you're
with-
posting on the internet.
You're
fuck.
competing with shit porn, at least in my eyes.
I don't have a problem with what Reggie said. He's a little
Nah, he's annoyed. He
but,
probably had a couple of drinks, I'm guessing.
but the bodyguard stuff's out of line, don't you think?
Well, the
pushing and
bodyguard got
shoving
mad
and
because
shit.
the guy said your bodyguards are weak.
But I can see where Reggie might be a little
Yeah,
annoyed
of
by
course.
that.
I
Whatever.
do too. He was really pissed.
We got DL Hughley on the line.
Oh, good.
Live from L.A. DL.
Hi, DL.
Hey, good morning. It's the first time I ever called in. This is pretty interesting.
I know. We don't usually like the phoners, but we have Vic Henley in studio and Esther Koo in studio, just so you know, and of course me and Jimmy. And what's going on, DL?
Hey, man, just chilling. I'm in L.A. Get ready to get up and go boxing and see if I can keep my heart moving so I don't have a heart attack before.
Do you box every day, or how often do you do it?
No, just like 3 days a week.
Okay.
That's
do you
a
actually?
lot.
Yeah, that's a lot.
What are you talking about?
Or whenever my legs will work. But yeah, I get up every morning.
How long you been boxing?
Well, I used to do it when I was a kid, and then my daughter started about a year ago, and then I went with them. So I've been doing it about 3 months now.
And how bad do your joints ache after boxing?
Oh man, this is man. Let me tell you. You know, you ever had one of those mornings you go, I must have slept wrong. How the fuck you sleep wrong?
Yeah.
That's what I don't understand. Like,
It's a middle-aged
Yeah,
shit. The boxing is not made for middle-aged guys. I try to do that to keep in shape, and fucking the aching in my elbows. Maybe I'll punch it wrong.
Yeah.
It actually ain't made for anybody.
Right.
Supposed to do this.
I hear you.
Nobody's supposed to do this.
So you
What's happening, man?
you got involved. I mean, not on purpose, but I mean, this whole Cosby story, and you actually said something to him, which is more balls than most people have had.
Well, you know what? In 2009, I was telling her. 2009, I was on a show. We had a radio show. Man, I used to come. It was at Kiss FM. Right?
Yep.
And so he called in to do a radio interview for a gig he was doing it was either Philly, Pennsylvania, or Connecticut, and it was me and Steve Wilson and Jackie Reed. And I didn't like Cosby. He didn't like me because that whole Def Jam. I remember Bill used to hate Def Jam, and he used to try to get it off the air. And it was just, he just didn't necessarily like my brand of comedy, and I didn't necessarily care for his pompous attitude. So I was like, y'all do the interview. So for about 5-10 minutes, he was just being a dick, just like was correcting grammar and telling, and I finally got on and I go, Mr. Cosby, what is it you want us to know? And he said, who is this? And I said, D.L. Hughley. D.L. Hughley! He went on to tell me how I cussed and how I said nigga and how I'm, not sure that he was going on and all. And I said, Mr. Cosby, with all due respect, when I say nigga, nobody wakes up. No girl wakes up drunk with her underwear on backwards. And
Oh, nice.
Good for you. Boy, you dropped the atomic bomb, didn't you?
When I say nigga, nobody, it's on stage and not on a police report.
I like it.
What did he react to that? How did he react to that?
Well, we started arguing back and forth, and he was saying, he basically came down and said, this is never going to air. And I said, the fuck it ain't. And we were, and it was a pre-interview. And so, I said, the fuck it ain't. So in about 5 or 10 minutes, the people from Image Communications came down like in a line. And the station manager, the PDs came down and said, where's the tape? And they got the tape and they said, this tape better not ever air. DL, you're new to radio. It's better not ever air. And if it does, nobody will work again. None of you will work again.
That's why I wanted to get you on the phone. That regular radio bullshit.
Now, what?
Fuck.
That's what let him run that kind of power by all the other people folding to him.
Right.
That's what got him drunk with power in the first place.
Right.
Bad
Well,
joke.
I just think, because I had read about it a long time ago, and he knew. And then so this cat named Lewis, I ain't going to say his last name, about a week later said, Dr. Cosby wants to have a meeting with you. I said, he was gigging in California, and you're not that far away. He wants to have a meeting with you. I said, I'll meet with him, but nobody fucking summons me. You're not going to just summons me like you.
And to say Dr. Cosby, like it's the fucking Pope or something.
Yeah.
Dr. Cosby.
But I had, to me, it's not about, and to me, when people, there are 3 truths that people don't dig that are just true. O.J. Simpson is a murderer, Bill Cosby a rapist, and Caitlyn Jenner has a dick.
You just mentioned all the things I'm comfortable with. So I got
all fucking universal truth.
Now, the story you described, that's 2009. When did you know or started hearing about this Cosby stuff?
I used to hear about it all the time because, people warm ups or through. I did a couple of gigs at the Playboy Mansion, and it was just in the zeitgeist. Uncles talking about it was in the zeitgeist.
Right.
You always knew that it existed. And then I read an article like in 2005 or 2006, and I remember being struck at how it was in the middle of the paper. It was in the middle of the magazine, and I was like, how come nobody ever says anything about this? And to me, it's funny because every time you start to tell, you ever notice that whenever it's a cat like this, it's always somebody who's above reproach. It's a priest or a coach.
Sure. And
the thing that happens is it's always somebody who never, nobody ever think could do this, and his reputation protects him. You can be profane and profound. You can do great shit and still do evil shit. Like I say Lucifer, when he was in heaven, he was God's most beautiful angel. So he was the minister of music. If you can fuck up in heaven, you can fuck up in Harlem. That's the way it goes. But people's reputations, immunize them against these kind of charges, and they get to do it. Like they get to do these kinds of things, and then the victims they're bludgeoned into silence. And it's so many people who are walking around who have kind of been the victim of that. And then, what kills me, like I was like a couple of, like when last week, the Caitlyn Jenner thing was pretty big.
Yeah.
And The View was on, and they were talking about what I said. And Rosie Perez, said he had a point about Serena Williams. And Whoopi Goldberg says, I know I like what he said about Serena, but I said Serena Williams was one of the most beautiful things I'd ever seen on a tennis court. And she said, well, she's a thing, not a woman. And I wanted to say, Whoopi, you can hear me say thing, but you can't hear Bill Cosby say Quilu.
Right. We broke down that clip on our show last week. Yeah. And we said, exactly what he meant when he said thing. Relax.
Yeah,
Stop trying to make something out of it. And then they had a shot of the audience, and most of them were laughing, a little shocked, but laughing. But there were a few that were like, oh, my God, I can't believe he said that.
Here's the thing. Like, everybody, like, when somebody says nigga, I don't think they talking to everybody. When somebody says a name, when I say ho, I ain't talking to everybody.
Right.
When I was talking about Caitlyn Jenner, not the whole train. Like, Laverne Cox, she went for the premium package. She went for the bells and whistles. Caitlyn Jenner got his sex change at Earl Shide. You can't expect me not to notice that. Like,
yeah.
You can't expect, and that's hilarious. And when a comic can't see somebody that you can't make a joke about somebody that society is holding up as a pillar of virtue, I think that we've taken a step backwards as a society.
Yeah. Back in 2009, when that whole thing went down with Cosby, did you tell people about this?
Yeah.
About your experience with Kiss?
I told it on the next day, and it was so funny because they were all going, D.L., you always getting into it with somebody. You always starting shit. Like, that was the thing. And it wasn't, the thing about it was, that was on the heels of the Don Imus thing.
Okay.
The Don Imus thing. So of course, I defended Don Imus' right to tell a shitty joke on a slow news week.
Right.
And they were already mad about that.
Hey, did you ever see Cosby after that?
I did. Actually, I actually did. I saw him, like, we were actually at Fox News. I mean, Fox, 20th Century Fox. We were both pitching shows, and he was coming. Matter of fact, I was pitching an animated show, and he was coming out. We were parked at the same time. And I forgot who was the driver. I think it was Lewis at the time. He had driven him there, and we saw each other. We just said, hey, what's happening, and kept it moving.
That
had to be about 2.5 years ago.
What an asshole this guy is. Just the way he was always coming after comedians.
All right.
Knowing dirty language, just knowing what he was doing.
Knowing what he had.
Thinking he'd never get caught.
Yeah.
I don't think he. But the thing that irks me is, like, people say he paved the way for you. No, he fucking didn't. You know what? If it was up to him, there'd be only one kind of person to tell a joke. If you want a guy that did jokes the way he wanted to do,
right?
Talk about the things he wanted. He shot actively to make sure you didn't work.
And people,
literally, people don't really realize this. Def Jam broke a lot of comics that you now know and love.
Sure.
And he would have made sure that didn't come on.
He yelled at Eddie.
I thought it was an embarrassment.
He yelled at Eddie Murphy in the classic Eddie Murphy story. And hurt Eddie Murphy's feelings. And Eddie Murphy, I love Eddie Murphy went, you know what? Eddie Murphy hung up and went, I'll call the real Godfather, and called Richard Pryor. And Richard Pryor said, tell Cosby to fuck off, have a Coke and a smile.
Nice.
Well, Richard Pryor.
I can't tell you how many people know that he would call, like, when I had a show, I ain't going to put other people's names out there, but he called people in that dressing room and didn't like some of the shit they said.
Right. Exactly.
Real.
Worst thing ever, the comedian with a fucking censorship problem.
And once again, knowing what he was up to, unbelievable. He should have just kept his mouth shut.
But it's really weird. Like, he never, like, I guess Pryor idolized him at first and tried to be him and stole his material.
Yep.
And then once Pryor started doing his own thing, like, you never heard Cosby say a bad word about what Pryor did. I guess because Pryor was saying the things that he didn't have the fucking courage to say on stage about race and.
Well, you know, I never, like, I can't. You know, we've been at it a long time, Jim, so I don't know if it's courage or just not in somebody's wheelhouse. Some people just don't want to talk about things, and some people do. But to me, comedy is your own self-expression. And for anybody, especially who made it such a great living, there's no doubt he's one of the 5 greatest comics ever to live.
Yep.
That doesn't mean he's not an asshole. That doesn't mean like you can't. It doesn't immunize him against the shit that he's done. Just like me, I've done a lot of bullshit. I fucked around with my wife. I've done drugs. I've done crazy shit. I'm not gonna deny that. But I've never drugged anybody. I've never killed anybody. I've never, So there are things. And if I had done it, I certainly wouldn't be on stage moralizing about it. I certainly would be pointing the finger at somebody and telling them what they hadn't done.
Yeah.
It's hubris that got him in this situation.
Yeah.
Like, even if he had if he had not even tried to do that mean thing after this had happened, it'd be done. If he had not tried to do that interview after that was over, it would be done. But all of these moments where he just could have let it go. Instead of, he hid behind the fact that people loved him. And the thing about it is, Cliff Huxtable is innocent, but Bill Cosby fucked every one of them girls.
Yeah.
So Bill Cosby hates you. Do black women still hate you?
I don't know. Well, I guess the 4 that live with me don't.
That's why I took up boxing.
Hey, DL, what's your thoughts on the Hulk Hogan thing while we have you?
Well, I think it's ridiculous. And I remember I was talking to you about this. I believe every 60-something-year-old white man has said nigga. I believe it.
I can tell you a 47-year-old one likes saying it.
And I believe this country is trying to scrub. It's almost like, and it's always in a deposition that you hear about it.
Yep.
Like, apparently, white people go to court and say nigga freely. I believe.
But don't you think across the board we all say shitty things?
And I believe that it's a shame because it's a duality. Everybody knows they say it and pretend like they don't, and pretend like they're appalled by it, and pretend like, like I'm telling you, the more racist Donald Trump, the more racist shit he said, the higher Donald Trump's number is going to poll. So if he says nigga, he'll be president tomorrow. They'll swear him in. Right? So I just think
he's got that in his back pocket just in case. He'll pull that one out.
He's sitting on it.
Yeah, he's sitting on that just in case.
The poll just dropped in Pennsylvania. Bigger.
Back on top.
I have more of a problem, and we've discussed it certainly at length on this show, that now they're taking private recordings and just fucking you. Holy mackerel.
Well, I think to me, to believe, I've always believed everybody has said it, and to pretend like they don't. And now what they're trying to, you're not you're not everything you're everything you've done. So he's done good shit, he's done bad shit. He said nigga, and to pretend like everybody hasn't said it, and to pretend like to me, I just always think that that's disingenuous to now indict this man and scrub his name off everything when let me tell you something. A great number of you have said it.
That's a great point. You should look at the person as a whole. But as soon as someone says something shitty, you're like, oh, well, fuck all the great stuff he did for charities and this and that. He's this guy, and that's all you focus on.
Even Cosby, yes, a bunch of people got fucked, but look, they got libraries, and now they can get the self-help books that they need to get her. Like, so it's like people have done shit. Like, when I hear that. Black people never hear shocked when we hear a white person say nigga. We're never it never shocks us. It never makes us go, oh, not Hulk.
Not Dog the Bounty Hunter.
I remember, and it was somebody that was fucking, it was somebody that was fucking his daughter, he thought. And I remember my mother said as a kid, she said, he said, you better ever come here with a white woman. She said, if she can't use my comb, don't bring her home.
Did you monogram that on a pillow?
Right. That's great. Mama Hughley. I like
use
it.
your comb. Don't bring her home.
You can't use my comb. If you can't use my
I
comb.
do believe someone embroidered that
Don't bring her
somewhere
home. I
and
love
put it
it.
in a frame.
See, my thing has always been.
Ready for,
Huh?
I'm getting ready for my white grandkids. My son, I'm sure my son.
That's funny. I think black people are just mad they haven't come up with the word yet for the white man.
That's absolutely right.
If you guys came up with a word for the white man, then now we got an even playing field.
Sure.
And then I think all this
Los
shit goes
Blancos.
away. What's the one that you guys are trying to push these days? Which one is?
The best one we can say is, I just fucked your daughter. That's
That is a doozy.
but see, it's still a little. It's too wordy. It's too wordy still.
It's too wordy. You can't get that on a T-shirt.
Right, you gotta.
I'll tell you the one that we don't want to hear from the father-in-law. That's a rough
one. It's so funny, man, because my son now, I told you my son has Asperger's syndrome, and so he was in January. My son came to me and he just said he was thinking about, he was so bad and so lonely he was thinking about killing himself. And I said, hey man, we can't let that happen, because he was socially awkward. He would always be home, and all he would do was do Krav Maga and teach that and come home, and he was just lonely. So I said, no man, you're gonna come to work with me. We're gonna hang out together. We'll get this together. So, man, he started coming to work on the radio with me, and we started hanging out and drinking and talking shit and being out together. And all of a sudden, he started seeing this girl. And my son, now, 7 months later, 8 months later, he has a girlfriend. He's having, like, regular sex, and he's normal as fuck. I'm telling you, the cure to autism is pussy. I'm telling
you. You're here to say.
Exactly. Right. Take that, Jenny McCarthy.
Exactly.
I don't know if it's mercury but I know it's dropping off a load of semen.
That's great. Oh.
But so about 2 weeks ago, I was playing a gig in Phoenix, and Jim, he called me. He said he wanted to drive down to Vegas with his girl, and he had never done anything like that. And they were going to stay in a hotel and watch the Ultimate Fighting Championship because he does Krav Maga. I get a call from my wife, and she said, "Did you see your son's Facebook page?" And I said, "No, he didn't go to the UFC to just watch. He fought in a kickboxing tournament and won."
Oh yeah, wow. You said you didn't like that he didn't tell you, right?
I didn't. I hated that he didn't tell me.
He just left and won this tournament without telling DL what he was up to.
And I was like, son, it ain't like you can take that many hits to your head and still have a shot. Like you'll be funny. But I was proud of him that now he's going outside of his box and asserting himself. But we are going to watch the Marvin Gaye story eventually. I'm telling you.
Right on.
All right, buddy. We got Greg Louganis coming in, so we got to wrap. But I wish. We had a recording of that question you asked him. That was really great that you did that.
Of course it was. And then, of course.
But you know what's funny? It isn't like people, like when I don't look at somebody and go, oh, they're black or they're white. Either they're wrong or they're right. That's the thing. I don't care what I mean, there are people who are assholes and there are people who are not. And I love comedy and I love the truth. And I think that for me, our way of life is really at stake. It's really this whole politically correct, fucking plague that has come over the country is really threatening to take something I've loved my whole life away, that gave me a way of life I'd have never had. And now we all have to think the same way and be the same thing. And if we don't have the ability to kind of laugh at the shit everybody else finds important, we're going to be a worse society. So I can't wait. And I'm going to tell you something. When they find that they saying, you nigga, I'll be the first one. You said nigga, I'll be the first one to defend you, all right?
All right. Thank you. And remember that for other people in studio. All right. Thanks, DL.
Don't even have to have a tape with Jimmy saying, nigga, just follow him around on the weekend.
All right, DL. Thank you so much, buddy. I appreciate you getting up a little early for us. And go box and get those joints hurting.
I'll see y'all later, man.
Okay, buddy.
You got it.
Be good.
Our pal, DL Hughley.
Yeah, I mean, he said it right to Cosby, which is, again...
That's awesome.
I like DL so much. He's such a great comic.
And, of course, then you get management running down the hall.
Sure.
What the fuck? That's what you want from a radio show.
Yeah.
That's the tape you watch. I want to see that tape. I want to see the tape of all of them sheepishly looking at the floor saying, hey, deny this landmark comedic moment. We're worried about covering our ass.
Very edgy stuff, obviously, but they should have sat down with DL and went, all right, how can we air this?
Yes, how do we do this?
Instead of going, give me that fucking tape.
No, exactly, right.
Dummies. Then they wonder why regular radio got just fucking destroyed.
Exactly.
Fucking idiots. They had all the people. They had talented people saying controversial, smart, clever, funny stuff and said, nope, can't have that.
Exactly, because Jocktober's coming up. So we gotta worry about what's what. We got Jocktober coming up.
Kind of want to bring that bit back.
That's great. That was a classic.
That's more of an O&A bit, so we kind of put it to rest. But that's
still a classic because I'd never heard it. I was exposed to it just sitting here one morning, and it was fucking amazing.
Until Jimmy has to go out there and runs into some of these people.
Yeah. So you're appearing at the whatever it's called, the Clit Hood. You're appearing at the Clit Hood this weekend. Yes. Do you remember us? What? No, I don't.
Well, let me refresh your memory as they push play.
Right.
They're always good-natured about it. They're like, yeah, you Jocktobered us once. I'm like, Sam picks the shows.
Got nothing to do with me. Oops, Sam.
Yes, I did chime in. Yes, I did say this.
It's all Sam's fault.
We got to take a quick break. I think we got Greg Louganis next. Esther Koo is just hanging. Nothing? Promote something.
Well, come to my show.
Which one?
In New Jersey, Pompton Plains, New Jersey.
When's that?
August 8th.
Oh, so
there you go.
You go home for a week, then come back.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, my God.
And then Atlanta, August 15th. And at the Hard Rock Cafe.
Nice.
I'm just glad that Bill Cosby is like now declared a rapist.
Yep.
You know, because I've been alone with so many comedians and like creepy shit like doesn't really happen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know what I mean? Like I've never been drugged, but like how fucking scary would that be?
Have you gotten creepy vibes?
Yeah, like one time, do you know this guy, Dan Natterman?
Well, sure we did. Sure. I wish I could do Natterman. Wow.
No, one time I was at the comic strip and like we were like the last few comedians there and it was late and I wanted to like go pick up some weed, you know, from a friend's house, but I didn't want to go by myself, you know, so sure. I said, hey, can you come with me to like pick up some weed? And like he doesn't smoke, so he was just all like nervous, you know, he's like, yeah, sure, you know, so he like we take a cab up to the, you know, this apartment.
Yeah, that's it.
And like I don't know why he thought like I wanted it or something, and like he didn't even try to drug me. He just went straight. Like he tried to like make out with me in this cab, like in the back seat. I'm like, what are you doing? Like I wasn't. This wasn't code for do you want to make out. I really need to buy weed.
But that wasn't a Cosby moment.
That wasn't a Cosby moment.
That's not a Cosby moment at all.
Yeah, no. I'm saying
trying to make a little move.
I'm saying.
I thought you might have wanted that.
She asked me to get in the taxi with her.
I misread the signs. I wish I could do him.
We got into the cab and I went for a little smooch. Yes, I did.
There it is. Well, yes, I did. Yes.
So
and I was promptly rejected. So I got out of the cab at 74th Street and she paid for it. Yeah, Dan's harmless. He's just a regular guy. He just wants to get laid.
Socially,
harmless. He's the most.
Socially a little awkward.
He's probably the creepiest guy I've encountered.
Oh, really?
Oh, no.
Well, like nobody else has ever like lunged in to try, like me giving like no indication that
he's a little nervous. That's all. He's a sweet boy, a little nervous.
I know. That's why I picked him, because I was like, he's such a nervous guy. He'd never try anything.
God. Well, in his mind, here's how it works. He can't be like, oh, she sure is delightful. I don't know if she. I don't think I should. No. Okay.
You think he panicked a little bit? I think she wants me.
Yeah, the angel and the devil on the shoulder. She's not interested in you. How could she be? Oh, come on, Dan. Look at yourself. She's dying for it.
She's only human?
Yeah, she's only human.
All right, we're going to break. We got Greg Louganis next, right?
Yes. Yep.
And we might have a performance. I don't know.
Yeah.
They're working on that?
Yeah.
What's his name again? I started the show with it. It's a song I just got turned on to through the Spectrum. S.O.B. by Nathaniel. Nathaniel, I should know his name.
Bryant?
Nathaniel. Looking, they're scrambling madly.
There, come on. Start with, go with an L. There it is. Rateliff.
Rateliff.
No, Rate.
Oh, Rateliff. I thought you were talking about Cosby again.
Nathaniel Rateliff. He happened to be performing today, and we started the show off with his big song SOB. So he might come in here and just do an acoustic number for us. Rateliff, right?
Yeah.
Nathaniel Rateliff. All right. Vic Henley's just hanging this summer doing barbecues.
That's right.
Nothing?
Buy my CD, Live from Lou's
There you
Cruise.
go.
Buy that.
All right,
Download.
good.
People want to know. I'm on the show. They're like, what can we get? There's one thing. There's now a Confederate Stars and Bars collector album. Don't buy that one. There's no bootleg CD of mine. You can actually find on iTunes. I get no money for it.
Go to iTunes
It's my
and
face, but go Live from Lou's Cruise. Get Live from
on
Lou's
iTunes.
Cruise.
If you enjoy Vic Henley, come on.
It's funny.
Download the damn
It's
thing.
not horrible.
Get a few bucks in his pocket.
Exactly.
JimNorton.com for all his dates. A lot of shows in the future.
Yeah, Houston and Dallas next.
We are back with Vic Henley in studio, and we got Esther Koo, and we got the great Greg Louganis making his way into the studio
now. Yes,
the Olympic diver, a legend. My God.
I think he said alleged. I realized I caught myself a second later. I'm like, oh yeah, why would he say that?
Oh no, Greg Louganis is a legend.
No, right here.
Good morning,
Justin. He's right here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, and then you Vic there, so Vic can jump.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
That's right.
How are you?
Good. How you doing?
How's your morning going? Good.
It's going good.
You got your coffee? You're ready to go.
Coffee.
You look spiffy. I like that shirt.
Thank you.
Where'd you get that?
It's Tori Richard in Hawaii.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know who
You're
Tori
so
Richard
fancy.
is.
He's a designer in
I
Hawaii.
thought it was a she. I've made that mistake many times.
Yeah.
I didn't watch the documentary because the link didn't work. But we
didn't
No,
watch
we tried. I was texting for an hour or less trying to get a link.
Greg?
Okay.
But I watched.
He watched it because
But
he
you
got a
watched.
link. Yes.
And I enjoyed it. Right off the bat, you're in your old home, and you're around boxes. I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on with Greg Louganis and his dream home? And then you got the phones ringing, there's debt collectors. I'm like, there's no way Greg Louganis has a problem with money, with everything he did in the Olympics.
Well, you know, it was just that classic situation. I mean, it was the black mold scare of 2006. Then a contractor came in, took out all the equity, said that the house was killing me, and half demolished the house because the work had to be done immediately, and it was a scam. Took off with the money, and it's like, oh my God, I'm trying to make good on this loan that I just couldn't afford. And
How much did they say it was going to cost you?
Well, it was supposed to be tied to an investment, so that was how it was going to be paid for, and so I was just, I just trusted the wrong people,
and they took advantage of you. You got HIV, and you feel a little weird, and then all of a sudden you're thinking, oh my God, and then they're telling you, oh no, it's just the black mold in your house,
right?
And they scammed you.
Yeah.
I was so mad because then they showed that part of the house where you couldn't even put it back together after they left.
Yeah, I mean,
what was the excuse of leaving halfway through the job like that? They just disappeared.
They just disappeared. So
did you ever go after them?
Yeah, we went after them. We found them. We didn't get a whole lot of back, but and that's the thing about the film Back on Board, which is airing on HBO August 4th at 10 p.m. And Cheryl Furjanic and Will Sweeney, they had this vision. We didn't know where we were going with the whole thing,
right?
But what they came up with was incredible because they show so much of the diving footage and my history as a child and then as an Olympian,
right?
And, it's really amazing what the story that they were able to tell. Also surrounding issues of LGBT human rights, because they get married at the end, happy ending, and then the HIV, because I was diagnosed 6 months prior to the Olympic Games.
Can I ask you a question? Was that just a random check, or were you not feeling right, or what? How did you actually find out? What made you go to the doctor?
Well, what happened was I had something going on with my ear, and while I was at my doctor, who was also my cousin in Florida, I was training there, and so I said, you know what? This is an important year. I want an HIV test too. We did it under an assumed name, so nobody could trace it back or anything like that. And he goes, "Oh, you have nothing to worry about," and it's like, yeah, right.
Did he know or no?
No.
He didn't know you're gay.
He knew I was gay.
Okay.
He knew I was gay, but he also knew I'm a serial monogamist.
Oh, right. He also knew he was not slutty, dancing gay man around town.
I latch onto somebody and I hang on to him for, probably longer than I should. But
don't we all?
Oh my God.
Don't we all?
So he said, I'm sure you don't have anything to worry about. And then when my results came back, he said, you are HIV positive. And my thought at the time was I was going to do the honorable thing. I was going to pack my bags because I was living in Florida and training. I was going to pack my bags, go back to California, lock myself in my house and wait to die because that's what we thought back in the 80s.
It's a death sentence in 88.
Yeah. It was a death
Terrible.
sentence. And so, he said, well, we don't know how long you've been positive and the best thing for you is to continue training. It's very healthy, and so it was much easier to focus on the diving because then I wasn't consumed with this, doom, cloud of doom.
But you were taking a lot of medication, which is knocking your body down.
Well, the only medication that we had was AZT
Yeah.
at the time, and the way that AZT was prescribed at that time was 2 pills every 4 hours around the clock. So I was getting up in the middle of the night, in the middle of the morning, taking my AZT, my alarm on my watch went off every 4 hours. So no matter where I was, I had to take my AZT.
At what point did you realize, okay, I'm actually going to live with this? Magic Johnson came out and people were amazed at how healthy he looks for so long.
That was about the same time,
It was
too.
1990, I think, Magic did.
1990, right, okay.
What point did you realize, hey, this isn't a death sentence. I'm actually going to live my life?
Just to add to that, you thought at first, I'm not going to make 30.
Yeah, I didn't think that I would see 30. I honestly did not believe I would see 30.
God, you must have been crying constantly.
No, not really. I was at peace with that.
Really?
Yeah, because I had lost so many of my friends. And so it was like, well, this is, the cards that I was dealt, and I'm going to make the best of, of the situation. I make the best of my life, whatever that may be. And, and I went through the protease inhibitors. I was on a lot of studies, with UCLA, the protease inhibitors and some of the other retrovirals and all that. So at one point, because I'm dear friends with Mary Fisher, and I heard that she went off her meds.
Who's she, Mary Fisher?
Mary Fisher, she's the Republican that came out about her HIV status way back, in my day in the 80s, and so I heard that she had gone off her meds, and I totally get it because one of the side effects of, especially one of the protease inhibitors, was severe diarrhea. It's like you take the medication, and it was funny. I was doing a play for Larry Kramer, Just Say No, with Alexandra Billings in Chicago, and we were comparing notes. Okay, what meds are you on? What meds are you on? And so Larry could not believe that I was doing the play, but I would time it so within 20 minutes you experience severe diarrhea. Then after taking the medication, then it takes an hour and a half to 2 hours to recover, to get your energy back. So it was always 3 hours prior to rehearsal or performance that I took my protease inhibitor, and so I would time it so that I could be on stage. And I could be active. So that's just the way that I was taught as an athlete, as a performer. And so, he was just blown away. He said, I can't believe you're doing the play.
So the access to that early treatment, you feel like that's the reason you're still with us, right?
Yeah, I mean,
In a way.
when I was diagnosed, I had 215 T cells. And
what's the normal level?
1,000.
Yeah.
And so the cutoff was 200. So in order for me to qualify for AZT, I had to be under 200. But I met with Anthony Fauci at Centers for disease control up in D.C. And he said, look, you're a national treasure. We want to take care of you, and we'll bypass some of the red tape and all that. And so I was on AZT. Little did I know the side effects of the AZT.
What were they besides diarrhea?
Well, no. That was the protease inhibitors. The AZT, it was a lot of people were dying. They weren't able to tolerate.
It's too powerful.
AZT.
Yeah, I just saw Dallas Buyers Club the other night. I was watching it. The same thing. The first doses sometimes could be detrimental.
Lethal.
Yeah, absolutely. It didn't work. They had to find the right amount to get it.
Yeah, because it was it's metabolized in the liver.
Yeah.
It's really hard on your liver. People were having liver failure, and
there should be like a black market where you could like barter semen for T cells. Like somebody needs to create that.
Yeah, I think
there's a need.
It would probably be stem cell. I think stem cell research, something like that. Yeah.
We're talking to Greg Louganis, back on board. The Greg Louganis story premieres next Tuesday, August 4th at 10 on HBO. I saw it. Speaking of the being gay,
tell us.
When you came out in 1995,
he's outing me on radio. Oh my God.
Most people were just shocked, like, well, Greg Louganis is gay. But then through this HBO thing, you learn that a lot of people in the diving world, everyone knew it.
Yeah.
And what I was amazed by, because obviously times have changed, that how was everyone keeping quiet about this?
Yeah.
Considering what you were accomplishing, you were a big star. You would think someone would be an asshole.
No, they loved him that much. I think he's America's treasure, like the guy said.
But you just wouldn't get that today.
No.
Things have changed so much with social media now. I mean, because nothing's off limits anymore. But at the time when I was going through the ranks, my first Olympics was in 1976. I was 16.
Yeah.
And so I became friends with a lot of the reporters, and it was just my policy not to discuss my private life with members of the media. I was out to my friends and family, and so and the thing is, there was respect.
I was going to say they respected that, right?
And they respected that. I mean, even though they knew about my sexual identity, they respected that. There was plenty to read between the lines. I mean, you could probably figure it out very easily.
He's a diver.
But what? You think I'm a figure skater? It's like, geez. No.
And he liked.
How did you come out to your family? How old were you when you came out to your family?
Well, how old was I when I came out to my mom? It was funny because I was breaking up with one of my partners, and it was a very volatile relationship, and so I think I was 21 or 22. And I said, Mom, I got to get out of here. And so then we packed up all my stuff and in the car, and I turned to her and I said, Mom, Kevin and I weren't just roommates, we were lovers too. And she goes, I know, son, what's for dinner? What?
Right.
Here I think, the earth is going to open up and swallow me up if my parents ever found out that I was gay. And
Mom always knows.
Right. I love it when I hear that one, though. Every time, that's not the first time I've heard that scenario. Yeah. And it makes me so goddamn happy. Yeah. My mom said the same thing to me. Absolutely. I said, make cornbread and everything will be okay.
Yeah. No. Parents always know, though. They always know.
One other thing about being gay, which you guys talk about a little bit in the HBO show, I wish you talked about it a little more, was you feel like, people around you, I believe it was your coach, Ron O'Brien, said that he believes you weren't on the Wheaties box because the rumors were you were gay.
Yeah.
And they didn't want to take that chance, which kind of depressed me. I'm like, really? Fuck, this guy should have been on the Wheaties box. Or
should have been on Fruity Pebbles.
It's so funny because I don't pay attention to that. So it really didn't strike me until we started filming this film, and I was working with Cheryl Frajanic, and we were at the International Swimming Hall of Fame, and somebody brought up the Wheaties box, and then in the Hall of Fame, it has all of the swimmers and divers who were on the cover of the Wheaties box, and I'm like going, oh my God, and I'm actually looking at, famous in swimming, but relatively,
not as big a name as you.
Yeah, not.
I'll say it.
So,
You're being
I'll say their names, and I'm like,
you're being polite. You saw these boxes and went,
like,
oh my God,
wow.
I was bigger than at least half a dozen of these people, at least. But more importantly, the endorsements in general weren't that great after what you accomplished. You won 4 gold medals, and you could have easily won 2 more if we didn't have the 1980 boycott, because that was in your wheelhouse. You were at the top of your game in 1980, and you couldn't go.
Do you look at being gay like kind of? It's like when baseball players, when like all of a sudden here come the big contracts after those guys retired, and now it's such an accepted thing. It wouldn't hurt you with endorsements, and it's like, God damn it, like 20 years.
Darn, I came out too soon.
But you know what?
Shoot.
Like the country changed a little bit. Just 20 years earlier, if it had changed.
Yeah, but somebody's got to start it.
What were your thoughts on the 1980 boycott? I mean, that's gotta you spend all this time getting ready, and then all of a sudden you're told, the country's got to boycott this one.
That was devastating.
It is for the athletes.
I was blessed. I was blessed because I was able to continue, and I was able to continue into. I competed on both sides of 2 Olympic boycotts, because we boycotted 1980 and the Eastern Bloc countries boycotted 1984 Olympic Games. Right. But I was able to compete in Montreal and Seoul, Korea on 2 sides of 2 boycotted Olympics. So, I mean, I feel like I was very blessed, but there were so many athletes. I mean, my dad even looked into me representing Greece because he's Greek, and he reached out to the Greek embassy and sports community to try to get me to be able to compete in the 1980 Olympic Games for Greece. And so, I mean, it was devastating for a lot of us.
I was at Auburn with Rowdy Gaines.
Oh my God.
When that was going on.
I love Rowdy.
Rowdy's a great dude.
Yeah.
And he's still mad. That was right in his wheelhouse, and he didn't get to go. And everybody on campus for those few weeks, don't even fucking say a word to him. Yeah. Just leave him alone. Just leave him alone. He is fire hot mad because he's had his entire life just snatched out from under him. It was terrible.
Because when you're an elite athlete competing at that level, you have a shelf life. So if you think about that, it's, and oftentimes, depending on the sport, that shelf life is very, very short. And if you miss that window of opportunity in 4 years that's
a
really
huge difference.
Yeah. Is not that long, but can be a lifetime.
Of course.
So,
speaking of the Seoul Olympics, I found it fascinating too that you had to hide your HIV status because they would not let you in the country if they knew, and that your coach said it seems like you guys had a great relationship with Ron O'Brien. He was sneaking in your AZT for you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that seems a bit scary.
Yeah. I mean, it was an incredible, incredible journey and incredible year, filled with a lot of pressure. By that time in 1988, the Chinese had caught up to me, and I knew that I was going to be hard pressed to win two gold medals. And even though going into the 88 Olympic Games, I was the odds-on favorite, and as it happened in the men's prelims, when I hit my head on the board in that split second, I became the underdog.
Right. Oh yeah, absolutely.
It was like, and that was a real turning point for both of us. It's like, okay, nothing's guaranteed. We got to take one dive at a time, one moment at a time. And so, cause I didn't even know if I was going to be strong enough to be able to dive platform, because it's a lot greater impact and I didn't know.
What's the difference? Platform is higher up?
Yeah, that's right.
Totally.
3-meter springboard.
Yeah.
And 10-meter
and
platform.
then 10-meter platform.
You hit the water going 32 miles an hour, something like that?
32, 34, somewhere around there.
So you hit your head on the board.
Yeah.
That was 1988.
88.
Right? What were you thinking with the blood?
Well, it was
because we just didn't know a lot yet.
When I took off the board, I knew I was going to be close because I stood it up pretty straight, and I was thinking, usually you worry about hitting your hands or your arm or something, so I made sure that I wasn't, going to hit my hands or arms, so I came out wide, and then I hear this big hollow thud, and I go crashing into the water, and I'm like going, what the hell was that? it was my head. And so the first emotion that I felt was I was embarrassed. I'm like going, oh my God, this is the Olympic Games. How can I get out of this pool without anybody seeing me? And I was like, I was so embarrassed. But then I got angry with myself. And, and really, I'm a firm believer that you don't achieve greatness on your own. And Ron O'Brien was there for me. I mean, he came to me after I got my head sewn up by Dr. James Puffer and Dr. Ben Rubin. He said, you know what? You have a great career to look back on. You don't have to get back up there, and I'm going to support you 100%, 100%, whatever you decide. And I turned to him, kind of knee-jerk reaction. I said, we worked too long and hard to get here, and I don't want to give up without a fight. And so he goes, okay, come on, let's go for a walk. And really, in that moment in time, because I wasn't much of a fighter, so I had to draw on that. And who my inspiration was Ryan White, who was a dear friend of mine. He was the young boy from Kokomo, Indiana, who contracted HIV through his clotting factor, and so I knew he was a fighter, and so he was my inspiration, and that's the reason why I gave that medal from the 88 Olympic Games men's 3-meter springboard to Jeannie White. It's now at the Ryan White exhibition at the Children's Hospital in Indiana.
You really like giving away your gold medals. I noticed that.
I know. You know what? My husband's
got one left. You got one left
my
for
husband's
us?
hiding them from me. I have no idea where they are. My husband knows where they are. He's like, you're not giving any more away.
Stop.
Yeah.
We might have to live off this. But you weren't worried about the blood in the pool, because I know people kind of gave you a little.
Well, an injury like that doesn't bleed right away. And also you're not going to get HIV through chlorinated pool.
Yeah.
So it was important for people to learn about how you get HIV. It's blood to blood, but also important for them to understand how they're not going to get HIV.
Right.
And so there was a lot of education happening when I came out in '95 about my HIV status. I know I was criticized a lot, but there was communication happening.
Yeah.
And as long as there's communication happening, there's education happening. So, if I could be the catalyst in that, that's fine.
How's the medication? Sorry, how's the medication now? Like, what's the difference between now and what you had to take back then?
The medication now is I take my meds in the morning and in the evening.
Is it the same stuff, or has it?
No, it's changed. Because viruses are very smart and tricky. So over a period of time, you become resistant to whatever medication regimen you might be on. So I've been through quite a few different regimens of treatment. But right now,
does your husband have HIV?
No, he's negative.
Wow.
Yeah.
But you guys have sex.
Yeah.
Protect.
Yes, we do.
So he doesn't bleed when you.
We have a very healthy sex life. Yes.
Yeah. I'm sorry if I sound ignorant.
No, that's a fair question.
I'm just wondering.
You got to protect yourself there, Esther Cole.
What they've learned is early detection, early treatment. My viral load is undetectable, and as long as your viral load is undetectable, there's less likelihood of infection.
I would love undetectable loads. That would be awesome.
Yeah, but it's
easy cleanup.
Yeah,
viral load.
Wait a minute.
I knew somebody was about to do a load.
It's just so. Is there something called PrEP, or there's something you take where you can stop you from transferring HIV? Like they said, it's almost down to a 0%.
PrEP is for the person who's HIV negative who wants to stay HIV negative.
What's the other one you take that stops you from transferring it? There is something.
If you have an undetectable viral load, there's less likelihood of transmission. And also, precautionary measures, prevention.
We kind of got to wrap up, but how close are we to curing this thing? We're getting there?
It's hard to say. I don't think it's gonna. we're going to see the cure coming from the United States, but
I think you're cured. You look great.
Well, thank you.
I don't.
That's right,
I can't
Esther.
even tell.
You're not supposed to tell.
Well, you never can. I've never been able to tell.
See, hey, you know.
God, if you could
so
tell,
when
this
you-
thing would have been.
When you met your
Taking care of a
husband,
long time
how long
ago.
did it take him for him to sleep with you? Like, like you guys talked about it,
No.
and what was?
Well, that's the thing about being me. I mean,
Everybody wants to fuck you.
All
It's
right.
America's
Day
treasure.
one.
Well, look at the time. Greg's got to go.
The time there. No,
They already know going in.
They know going in. They know what they're going into. And
Or
it
do
was-
you go in them?
You know what? It's so funny because I dated. When I was dating, I swore not to date anybody who was not HIV positive. But a lot of the people that I was going out with that were HIV positive, I mean, they made HIV their next career. I mean, they knew so much, and it's like, God, I mean, that's not me. That's not reflective of me, but Johnny understands, and he's,
Does
he's
Johnny swallow?
What's that?
Does Johnny swallow?
Well,
I'm sure there's HIV listeners who need to know.
He doesn't want to answer that. However, we are all curious.
I swallow. Okay.
you might be saving lives today, Greg.
That's the medicine. Because
There you
you're
go.
swallowing T cells from his spermage.
Back on board, Greg Louganis premieres next Tuesday, August 4th at 10 p.m. on HBO. I really enjoyed your
Yeah, I'm
story.
pissed I didn't see it, and I really want to because the way he sold it this morning, it's awesome what you had to go through.
Fascinating.
Especially as such an Olympic hero to have to not get on the endorsements and stuff. It's just kind of embarrassing. as
So
an
much
American.
going on with the boycott where that was almost you can't guarantee it, but it was a good shot. You were going to get another 2 medals with that games. Please tell me you're making money these days. That's all I need to know.
I'm doing okay. I'm
right.
doing motivational speaking, and
The stress of watching you in your house with all your boxes packed with the bill collectors calling. I'm like, oh my God. I hope he turned it around a little bit.
He was driven into stand. You were driven into stand up for a minute or two.
Oh my God!
No.
Come on.
I know what a hard life that is because Rosie O'Donnell's a dear friend of mine, and I went through so much with her at the time, and so I know what that life's like. And
You never
Louis
tried it?
Anderson, and all of those guys. It's a tough life.
you got three.
I'll stick to my acting.
You got 3 in studio, all stand-up comics around you there, Greg. This was a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
thank
it's
you.
Greg Louganis on Twitter too, and GregLouganis.com. It's Louganis if you don't know how to spell it.
That's the way it's always been spelled.
Yeah, but I would have spelled it LOO. I'm an idiot. So
He's an Olympic hero. Throw $100 in an envelope, and will you send it to him, please?
Right.
Yeah.
So I can sleep better at night.
Maybe they'll put him on the Wheaties box. They should do that retro. Why not?
Throwback.
Yes, reparations time.
Legends, right?
I like it.
American heroes we missed.
Yes,
Right.
absolutely.
Why not?
Right.
Yeah.
That's a great idea, Jim Norton.
We got to take a quick break. We got Nathaniel Rateliff coming in to perform a song for us. That's cool. I started the show with it. Huh?
The song I've been failing.
Great.
You've been failing?
Yeah.
Cool.
We're going to do a little live music next end today's show. Greg Louganis, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we got Nathaniel Rateliff in studio. How are you, buddy?
I'm pretty good. And yourself?
Did I say the last name right?
You did. One of very few people.
And I said to you off mic, and I'm going to say it on mic, I don't know anything about you guys. But with that said, that SOB song that's out right now, I've listened to it probably 15 times over the weekend. It's just something about the song. I just love it. I think it's my favorite song out right now.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, and you got a big band I see in the
There's
background.
7 of us here.
Yeah. Did you ever regret that when it comes time to split up the checks?
I always get a separate bill.
There you go. Exactly.
They're the Night Sweats, right?
Yep.
I know that much. Where are you guys from?
We're all from various places, but we're all based out of Denver, Colorado now. So.
Oh, okay. And you're here at Sirius XM to perform in the Fishbowl, and I said, well, just grab them and have them play a song for us.
Yeah.
You got an album coming out when, August 21st?
August 21st on Stax Records.
Nice.
Oh, man, Stax.
I know, right?
The legendary Memphis label. You can't
Exactly.
get better than that, man. That's good stuff.
I know. It's pretty cool. We're pretty stoked about
Well,
it.
anytime you get white people on Stax, that's a damn good thing.
Are you saying that there's not a lot of white people on sex?
Correct, absolutely.
It's like you guys like the Rare Earth. Remember that?
Yeah,
The band
absolutely.
Rare Earth?
Only white
Motown,
band.
yeah.
Motown. Only white band on Motown. Rare Earth.
Oh, I didn't know they were on Motown.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you guys been around a bit, right? You had an
Yeah.
album that came out in 2010 that people really dug. So I'm gonna
Yeah,
I'm gonna go
we've
into your
been a
back
big deal
catalog
for a long time.
See,
you know, obviously.
I didn't know.
I'm kidding. No.
But this is how you turn people onto this. I'm gonna go and listen to some older stuff now.
Right on. Well, it's actually, we've kind of removed ourselves from what we were doing before. Joseph and I have been playing together for 21 years.
Wow.
And Patrick, who plays drums, has been playing with us for 7 or 8 years. And Mark's been playing 3 or 4 now. And then Luke's new to the game. And Wesley's been playing for 2 years. And Adam's been playing for 2 years as well. So
Nice. Yeah, and you guys are gonna perform something for us today, right?
now we were just going to yap away.
Nah, we might as well get right to it because we didn't even get you we weren't scheduled to have you today, so don't want to take up too much of your time.
Thank you for coming in.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you guys for having
appreciate
us.
it.
We appreciate it. Ready? Well, I needed you and not just someone. I've been so long failing you, dear. I said I care for all of this, darling. Yet I buried all of it again. Oh, yeah. Come on, baby. Now, what am I doing? Yeah. Honey. Now, it's just the two of us now. Now when all seems dark and light is gone away, I've been out there bending in the wind. Now I'm standing here to be beside you. And for all I know and all I care, I said, don't you weep, and don't you worry. I said, don't you weep, and don't you worry. I said, don't you weep, and don't you worry. I said, don't you weep, and don't you worry. I said, don't you weep, and don't you worry. Don't you weep, and don't you worry. I've been failing you. I've been failing you. I've been failing you. I've been failing you.
I've Been Failing off the new record that you can pre-order now, and it'll be out August 21st, I believe, right? Self-titled. Nathaniel Rateliff and the Night Sweats.
Yeah, thank you guys. You sound great in the morning, too. It's not easy to come in and just...
I sound a lot better normally. That's like...
A lot of guys don't want to sing in the morning. It's just, it's a rough time.
I don't either. I'm too old for that shit.
We get a lot of no's because they're like, oh, God, man, I only slept an hour last night. What are you doing to me?
There's only a couple things I want to do in the morning, but, you know.
I hear you.
I can't do that in the morning.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Are you talking about sexing or shitting? Oh, okay.
Well, they make medicine for that. Yeah.
I want to ask for another one, but I don't know. If you got another one in you, or you done? If you don't want to, it's okay. I don't know what the right thing is to say here.
How about a quiet one?
Sounds great.
Since I'm such a...
Yeah, that last one was fucking too rowdy.
Yes. Yeah, I was like, who booked Slayer and didn't tell us?
Yeah. Gonna do that? Yeah.
All right, one more. Great. Nathaniel Rateliff and the Night Sweats.
Here we go. Hold on. Sorry, I always play this in E flat, so hold on.
I'm glad you said it because I was going to.
You're like, you're not in E flat.
Now you're regretting asking, aren't you?
Yeah.
No, not at all. This is not at all.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, this is so weird.
Tune it. It doesn't matter to us.
Get it together, man.
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter to us.
It's like the old days. You listen to old concert footage from the 70s. They had to tune in between songs. They didn't have 8 guitars. So it was always a long thing.
Yeah.
5 minutes of the fucking lead singer trying to keep it interesting for the audience.
Just talking. Well, Esther Koo's doing selfies
really
now.
out of tune.
Yeah, I'm ruining all of her selfies. Every selfie she tries to take with the band, I'm destroying.
That's good. That's what you should be doing.
Okay.
You ready? All right.
All right, here we are. Sorry about that.
No worries.
Vocal intro for fun.
Which one? Look at here coming out. Oh, yeah. Look at here, baby, I'm coming out on my knees, begging please, yeah. Look at here, baby, I'm coming out on my knees, begging please, yeah. Look at here, baby, I'm coming out on my knees, begging please, yeah. Look at here, baby, I'm coming out, crying now, hear me please, yeah. Baby, I'm locking out when I weep. Let it be, yeah. Look at here, baby, it's all I got. One more time, hear me, yeah. I got a love so hard I can't stand it. And with a heart so weak and abandoned, you'll have to bury this man, and if that's what it takes for a love that must be true. Look at here, baby, I'm coming out on my knees, begging please, yeah. Look at here, baby, I'm coming out on my knees, begging please, yeah. Look at here.
here, baby, there's no one else. Come on now, give me all you. Look at here, baby, I'm coming out. 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 Look at here, baby, I'm coming out.
Jesus, I love that. Nathaniel Rateliff and the Night Sweats. I'll tell you, Sarah from Buffalo, she's one of our regulars on the old Twitter there. She goes, I'm buying their album after hearing 3 chords, Love. Yes. Turning a lot of people onto your music today. I love it. The album comes out.
Turn a lot of people on.
Available August 21st, but you can pre-order it now. Nice.
Yes, Nathaniel Rateliff and the Night Sweats. And this is, I guess we're done.
Yeah, we're done.
For the day, our whole show's done.
Can't follow that.
You guys on Twitter?
Yeah. In Rateliff, I think.
And Rateliff.
At In Rateliff.
And then NathanielRateliff.com for everything about you guys.
And just
awesome, man.
Is Wesley wearing a regular hat or is that a trumpet mute hat?
All purpose.
Both.
Right.
That was cool. He put his hat on his trumpet.
Yeah, right on.
That's not a euphemism for anything. It's an oven mitt as well.
Well, let's get him out of here. I mean, we thank you, man.
Thanks,
really
guys. Appreciate it, guys. Thanks.
Nathaniel Rateliff and the Night Sweats. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that a lot. All right. I didn't mean let's get them out of here as in they leave right now awkwardly. I didn't mean it like that.
No, she's like, class dismissed.
What the hell was that?
That was class dismissed.
I go, let's get them out of here. They jumped up and ran out of here with their instruments.
They're so awkward.
I love them.
Well, I wouldn't say they're awkward when the interview opens with, look, I gotta be honest, I don't know anything about you guys.
Gotta tell you the truth.
But you know what? I
didn't want to like fake it though.
Yeah,
I literally was turned on to these guys over the weekend. I heard this song on the Spectrum, Christine Stone.
But you already did know stuff about them. You had listened to their song.
That one song, but it turns out they've been around forever. The guy's been doing it for 20 years or something like that.
But he's separating. He's all in a new direction now.
You know, even though we started the show with it, why don't we end with their single that they're pushing, which is S.O.B. We'll get that going again. Nathaniel Rateliff and the Night Sweats. Esther Koo, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hope you enjoyed your wedding in Connecticut.
I did.
Thank you for the little present.
Come to New Jersey.
We will.
Are you around August 8th?
Oh, sure. I'll be right there. It's a Saturday.
Pumpkin Plains, New Jersey at the Comedy Shop.
Why go to the beach in August when I can see Esther Koo?
Well, you know, once the sun goes down, you know.
How about you hope for rain? I'll be there.
Yes.
No, I would love to see Esther Koo. Vic Henley, we're going to your backyard to barbecue.
Absolutely. Jerk pork tenderloin is in our future.
Yes. And Jimmy's got Houston and Dallas on the way.
Yeah, Houston, Dallas coming up next early in August. And I got Seattle. My makeup date at Parlor Live is in Seattle in August. So come see me there, and a whole bunch of dates on my website. If
Did you run out to get a picture with those guys?
Yeah.
Were they cool?
Very nice guys.
All right, they just got up and left with their instruments. But I mean, we squeezed this in.
Because you told them to leave.
Yeah, you said.
And then you complained that they left.
You said, "Let's get them out of here."
Because I felt we hijacked them from what they were really supposed to be doing around here. But it just so happened I was, like I said, I listened to the song like 15 times over the weekend.
They're very good.
I don't get that into a song these days, but all right, let's get out of here. We'll see you guys tomorrow. I think we're going to do Nathaniel Rateliff and the Night Sweats and S.O.B., the single they are pushing. So what the hell? It's,
that wasn't the single they were pushing?
No. The song we started the show with, that's how this...
Why didn't they play that one?
Probably doesn't work well acoustically, I would assume. This was just luck. I heard the song. I go, you know what? I'm going to start the show with it today. And then our guys come running to us and say, they're here today. What?
And by the way, my favorite moment of the day was
Esther Koo?
Was Esther Koo. I said you should have been on the Wheaties box, and you said, or Fruity Pebbles.
Or something with an O, because, you know, like Cheerios or Honey Nut Oats, you know?
Yeah.
Gay cereal.
Yeah,
I'll be at the Hard Rock Cafe August 15th in Atlanta, people.
That made me laugh.
Come out
really hard.
and don't shake my hand because you probably just jerked off. Thank you.
Louganis was great, by the way. He was really open and fun to talk to.
Yeah, he was a good sport. He didn't get mad at me.
No.
Oh, you got balls, Esther Koo. You got the balls.
If I said it might have seemed more aggressive, but for some reason you have such fun saying it. It just... How can anyone take that seriously?
You got the balls. All right, let's do SOB as we get out of here again. I know we're overplaying it, but what the fuck? Who cares? See you tomorrow.